Hello, world!
Hey!
Oh, hello.
What's up?
Greetings, all! Welcome to the ninth world of Numenera. Machine God.
Sorry.
Yes, well, we need to be the Foley artist.
Yeah, we're talking about once we, make it big.
Yeah.
that we're gonna hire a full-time Foley artist to be sitting back here and doing sound effects for us, and we'll put a camera on them.
Actually.
Yeah, we need to start the Patreon so we can have you guys help us to reach this goal.
The first goal, actually, is a Foley artist.
Someone's just gonna be in Josh's
It is a
laundry
necessity.
room back here.
Yeah, put him back in the closet.
It's just dark.
Love it.
Glorious. Well, we left off. We were in this group of adventurers have journeyed into the Mephitic Forest outside of the city of Aeon as a mission for the Amber Gleaners, which is a group of traders connected to mercantile hubs and whatnot, and they create various different outposts for scavengers and explorers and scholars to stop at in order to replenish their supplies when they're exploring the Ninth World. And the next big mission that the Amber Gleaners are setting foot on, that they've already kind of started on, is founding a small settlement called the Amber Keep in Methunius, the cold desert. And so this group of adventurers will be going to aid in that effort, but in the moment they have been tasked with journeying into the Mephitic Forest, which is on the way. Perhaps some maps might be helpful.
Oh, yes.
What do you guys think?
Maps.
Definitely need a map.
All right.
I need to put myself in space here.
Sorry. Wrong thing there.
At least one map.
So this is the close-up of the region. You can see our pawn over here by the city of Aeon. They have journeyed to the Mephitic Forest here,
Hilarious.
and will at some point journey into this area to found the Amber Keep.
Sweet.
But we left off. Our group was salvaging a piece of prior world technology that was jutting out from this valley wall, and some dramatic series of poor dice rolls.
That need not be delved into.
Delved. Literally delved.
But we made it.
They survived.
Definitely survived with a little bit of pain.
Yes. A fishing wire, essentially.
Shot through my lungs.
And then managed to salvage the prior world tech and get some goodies from it, some iodum, some crafting materials, and then when they were kind of getting back up on the top of the valley wall, saw over in the distance, in the direction that they were going to be heading toward the Mephitic Forest, a farm that was on fire. And in the midst of that moment, Relay, who is unfortunately not with us, our automaton, who I think is always a great always a great gag in D&D games of like the character who's not there is just staring at the wall. But I think because Relay is an automaton, he's on auto follow. Yeah, so he's actually standing uncomfortably close to one other player.
Yes.
Right?
Occasionally we'll fall off the map,
Yeah.
but then swoops.
Who's he kind of connected to in the party most right now?
Yeah, either.
I'm like, I
Either
would
of you.
love
Well,
Relay to follow
knows
behind me.
something, but doesn't know that he knows it. Like he has a recollection, right, about the tattoo that we have, but doesn't know what it recognizes it, but doesn't know what it can. What is he saying? His subtasks.
His subroutine. He's running a subroutine to parse the data on the back of it, on the tattoo.
Yeah, so he's following.
Yeah, he's processing right now.
If
on
you wanted me to
autofile.
be hideously jealous, you could follow Q instead. And then
That's okay.
I would be following him, following Q.
Because you're probably following me.
Well, Relay had a moment where his perspective shifted to that of a character that you would later find, Radius, an automaton who was down at the farm fighting off the mudbirds, the vicious mudbirds who were looting the farm and burning it. except one of them was wearing a Nintendo Power Glove that was attached to these crazy goggles and had touched Radius and had stolen memories from Radius. And in that moment, there was some kind of weird glitch that happened that perspectives between these linked automatons kind of was shocked for a second. And so the adventuring party journeyed down to the farm and fought the mudbirds with great heroics. There were all kinds of clever uses of ciphers with the implanting of the immovable rod and the wagon crashing into it and splitting apart. The mudbirds scattered and fled, abandoning their looted goods. And Kele bravely extinguished the flames of the farm. And
relentlessly
and bravely.
These flames aren't going anywhere.
And Shent charged headlong after the leader and managed to catch the leader.
That was my favorite part.
Yeah, in an epic chase that ended in the forest. I almost was picturing you passing other mudbirds too, that they're like slower than the leader.
Yeah.
And you're like passing them, like you know.
I definitely was leaving, the dust trail if there could be one in the dark,
The strange plant creature of Shent, and went just barely into the Mephitic Forest and tackled the mudbird leader. And in the last roll, he managed a poor roll, so he got an attack with this weird glove, but you resisted it and then knocked him out. And so they dragged the mudbird leader back to the farm and did a bit of questioning, though mostly they put on the glove and asked the question of who the mudbird worked for, and touched the mudbird and saw a memory of the mudbird holding up a mirror and looking at himself and all of his spoils, and got the impression that he worked for himself and was like gloating and very, if you recall, he was wearing all kinds of jewelry and was very like kind of ostentatious and proud. But in the background of the mirror, there was a sight of a human who had a shaved head and a strange ring-like tattoo on their face.
Yeah, that's right.
That the glove was stolen from. And so we left off with you guys having you spoke with Radius, who had memory stolen, and the farmer. Both of them had memory stolen by this glove, and so you decided to after everybody was cool, to set forth into the Mephitic Forest. And so we left off, and I think we'll do another of what we did last week, which was like the moment with your character, right? But I'll set the scene, and then you can describe like what your character's intro shot is.
You get so excited.
I love it.
It makes me excited.
I love it. It's my
While
favorite.
also being afraid.
It's so fun because it's an art in itself of like the establishing shot of the characters. The first shot you see of every character in like an episode or in a show is like so like
It's
calculated to
beautifully
capture
cinematic.
the character's like essence. And I feel like in a lot of role-playing games, you don't have like that good moment of like every session of being like, what does my character look like again, and how cool are they? Mostly
Cool enough to fall off of the side of the
Cool or not
as
cool.
it turns out.
Cool or not cool are they?
or with my characters who tend to be fabulous. How fabulous they are. It needs to be seen how fabulous
true
they
about
are.
your character.
They're always fabulous.
Dandies.
I don't know. Furla is
Yeah,
more
Furla's
cool.
decidedly not
Yeah.
fabulous, but is definitely cold and cool.
In like a badass kind of way.
Yeah, it's got that nature-y,
Furla
like
is
you're all
like
gonna die
big
and everything
badass.
is kind of meaningless, and we're all just seeds scattered on the wind.
Tune in Friday.
Tune in Friday for Expedition Dracana.
To see Unfabulous Keith play.
Yes, plays a character. So you guys have just entered. I'll set the scene. You've just entered the. There's a cool image. That's actually what it is, and on the terrain. But
Super cool.
I guess I'll just describe it with that. But the Mephitic Forest, which is a single massive tree that's stretching across this valley, and all these roots that are wide enough for a carriage to be ridden on. You're like walking on them almost like roads, but there's no railing or anything, right? It's just like these huge roots that you're walking on. So you've just started to step foot into this forest, and dense. The trees and whatnot are so dense that it's starting to create some dim light. And perched atop a fallen log before you is a group of strange creatures that I think I've got the image of them up. Yep.
Ooh.
That's right.
Yeah. That are
Oh, yeah.
strangely fungus-like. They look like maybe they are fungi themselves.
They're fun guys.
Fun guys. But they have like kind of almost like armor that's been crafted of, like, not crafted, but it's like grown off of them in spiky fashions, and they're holding like a spear, weapons and whatnot that seem like sharpened, that fungus that has been made to grow in this particular sharpened fashion. And they're raising their weapons, but not speaking. And they seem like almost like plant-like in a strange way, fungus-like, plant-like. And you're hearing like a bit of that kind of weird sonic feedback that you were hearing from the Murdens. Though the voices are decidedly different, and they're slow and kind of ponderous, and they're more as they're speaking, and Shent gets the strange sense that they're all looking at him and pointing their weapons at him and accusing him of being an abomination.
So that's the scene that is set.
Scene.
Yeah. And so what are all your characters? Give me the shot of your character in that moment.
Well, my character's standing
Yeah.
there with his pole arm, not pole arm, it's a quarterstaff, extended, and he's striking a like intimidation pose and eyeballing each and every one back, and like makes a feral like snort sound at them, and just is striking that pose basically.
Yeah, kind of like you
Just
want
waiting to
some.
see their next step.
And Shent is weirdly plant-like as well.
He is. He looks humanoid, but he is green with green hair and green eyes, and he's wearing like tight, like fitting like nanotech armor. So you wouldn't know that he was plant-like, but his history is steeped in mystery.
Secrets. Secrets to come.
Rhyming secrets, no
Yeah,
less.
indeed.
Oh, did I rhyme?
History.
History steeped in mystery.
Mystery.
So my character is kind of got like some kind of like maroonish traveling cloak on, something slightly regal, and is like basically has one of the two goggles. They can swap, right? Like one of them is down, and he's got his hand on the back of Shent, just like looking up, caring for him, and seeing that he's like worried, or like this situation is going on where he's like feeling like accosted by these people. But in my other hand, I'm holding like some Numenera that I'm always tinkering with. And so like I'm just looking up, worried for Shent's feelings.
Fidget cube.
Yeah, it's like something. It's like it's probably doing some whirling and whizzing in my hand too.
Some sparking and glowing.
But I'm just checking in on Shent and feeling bad for him.
I think Forfax is like stepping forward and is like kind of shouting some orders.
Fantastic.
Right? He's like in the name of the sorry,
Angular
Angular Knights. Sorry.
Yeah, Angular Knights.
My voice.
In the name of the Angular Knighthood, you will reveal those abhumans who are being harbored here, and you will hand them over to us immediately. And so, like, shouting and, like, pointing my hand out,
Yes.
and the cloak flying behind me, and holding the shield in one hand, and, like, oh.
All right, we'll have you roll for that in a second, but
Yeah.
let's get...
Yeah, I would say in contrast to all of the other energy present, appropriately last, would also be physically last in the group. Kind of, I'm like, if the scene is illuminated in any way, theatrically, I would be just out of it.
Yes. The beams of light are, like, kind of dappled through the...
Yes.
There's one definitely
Holding
across
back
my
and
face.
honestly, kind of observing both sides, trying to gauge the energy for, like, when is this taut string of tension going to break, and totally looking ready to turn on a party member if necessary, and or flee to save self-preserve.
Yes. Excellent.
I'm just hanging back there with Relay.
Yeah, and Relay is standing weirdly, awkwardly close behind you on some kind of
Yeah,
autopilot.
I would say, like, probably unless specified otherwise, I'm gonna just be, like, constantly posing on Relay for this entire episode.
Yes. Voguing.
Yes, using Relay as my prop.
Yes. And also there is Radius, the other automaton. They're both very, like, kind of clean, like, synth steel looking automatons. They have the features of humans, but they're kind of all metal, like chrome.
Radius stayed with us?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I thought he and the farmer went back.
Oh, yeah, no, you're right.
I thought they would.
Yeah,
I think we
talked
sent them
into-
back with a message about our progress and what we found.
Yeah.
But not the glove.
Not the glove, not the power glove.
No.
Cool, yeah, sorry, I forgot about that. Okay, cool. So, all right, you want to roll for...
Yeah, and I think I want to also use one of my abilities here. I want to use Demeanor of Command. For 1 hour, people see me as important and with authority. Strangers who are not already attacking give me a round to explain, or I can ask them to produce their leader or be taken to them. I guess I'm not necessarily doing the leader thing so much, but I'm basically, what I'm kind of saying is, like, if you're harboring these mudbirds here, like, you need to hand them over or, like, lead us to them.
Okay.
Right? So, and I get an asset on a persuasion for that hour for just one move, and so I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna use it on this one. I'm also trained in persuasion.
Excellent.
So I'm getting 2 levels.
All right. Also, hey, Void Effigy, thanks for stopping in.
What's up?
Radius is always with you.
Yeah,
He's
of course.
right in your heart. Radius was inside us all along.
He planted his nanobots, technically.
Yeah.
I don't
All
think
the
I'm gonna
way to
use
the
effort.
center of us.
Okay, well, I rolled a 7, and it was
My DNA eats him.
eased by 2.
That does succeed.
It reaches the center.
Cool.
If it were a sphere.
So you shout that if they're harboring the mudbirds, to bring to...
Yeah. I mean, either hand them over or lead us to them.
And they...
I don't know if I actually can communicate with these people, but I was just, like, going out and yelling at them, so...
they're glancing back and forth at one another, and you guys are all hearing kind of the and then as they're speaking to one another.
Yeah. Okay, they're speaking amongst themselves in that language? Okay.
Yeah.
Can I try to identify these creatures using creature knowledge?
Yes. Yes, you may.
Creature knowledge.
Oh yeah, that's a 16 on the dice.
16 on the dice.
I'm
Nice.
Troy.
These are Vesk, which
course.
are you know that yes, they speak to one another telepathetically, in a similar fashion to the mudbirds, but these are plants. They're sentient seedlings, right? They're sentient, like, pods that in their life they live to protect their tree that they were born from, and when they reach kind of the age of maturity where they feel like they're no longer used to the tree, that they're no longer protecting or serving or feeding or helping it in any way, then they just do like a straight line in a random direction in hopes of when they die that they will sprout a new tree.
Whoa.
They just run until they're dead, and then they hope to sprout the new tree from where they die from?
Because they're seeds.
Incredible.
Because they're a seed.
Incredible. All right, it's time to go.
So
That's a wild propagation.
So you've you've learned that information. The leader among them steps forward and makes like a bird kind of thing. His hands puts his fungus staff into the onto the to the tree that they're standing upon, and you see like kind of root like tendrils like take hold so that it just holds it in place, and then he steps forward and does this like bird thing, and then does this like kind of like holding to heart and like roots, and you get the impression that is saying that the mudbirds in them does that, but then does like a
Oh, form a pact.
They're friends.
the gesture is more root like though, probably. It's more
He
of
can
a,
like wind his fingers together in ways that humans cannot.
yes, there's extra fingers and they're long, and
They are root bound.
indeed.
So I didn't really succeed at like convincing them to lead us to them or to betray them necessarily, because I didn't know.
Yeah, it would take more
Yeah.
attempts.
And it would seem that you all understood that motion to mean that they're together, that they are harboring in character.
I
Josh, will
don't
you
know
start
what
a,
you're saying. It seems kind of strange.
Yeah. Soundtrack.
Sorry, my computer was dead, so I needed it to reboot.
Oh, okay, sorry.
And I lost.
Whenever you got a sec.
I would assume that there's many more of them hiding out. So an attempt to battle them right now would be a bad idea.
Yeah, let's not fight. I don't know if I'm interested in
I'm
that.
good at fighting, but I do not encourage it at every turn.
So they could. It seems like they could understand me, though, right?
They can't speak to you, but they can kind of get the gist of what you're saying.
I like try and motion to our people, and I try and like do the same thing with my hands.
Nice. Aw.
And then I'm like, I put my motion towards them, and
I was
I'm
like,
like, you know,
what's it gonna be?
exactly. I'm doing some weird motions because my character like doesn't use it.
The leader points at you and points at him and then points at the others and then points at you again and makes this kind of like gnarled like and then like a casting off kind of gesture.
Well,
A little aggressive.
I take a side stance and I hold my weapon out and I like press the retract on it. Yeah, so it like comes down into like the smallest form, and I like make a point of like clipping it onto my side where it goes as a like attempt of we mean you no battle.
Yeah. Do you want to make a persuasion?
Yeah, how does that
It'd be an intellect
okay.
task.
I am going to just roll it straight.
If you're trained in persuasion or positive interactions.
I
or anything
am
like that.
not. I am trained in breaking things and climbing things.
Climbing broken things.
So in case I'm going to communicate in a like you know, a climbing forte of communication.
I don't know that would make sense.
Interpretive climb.
Interpretive climbing.
So I'm just gonna roll it straight, and I did not roll well. I rolled a 5. So I definitely don't feel like I communicated properly, but
Yeah, they seem confused about what you said.
that's all right. It was an attempt.
So have the mudbirds have they like murdered anyone? Have they killed anyone, or are they just stealing?
They tried to kill Featherend.
yeah,
they tried to slit
that
his
farmer
throat.
was dying.
And then they killed an automaton, which I'm like, we don't need to get into the philosophy behind that, but
Yeah. It's complicated.
Yeah,
Relay says it is definitely wrong.
I'm gonna step forward and say, I understand that the Mudbirds may be your allies, but they have come into our lands. They have attacked our people. They have attempted murder on innocents. They have stolen perhaps that which is most precious to us, our memories. You will allow us to pass because justice must be served.
Okay. Give me a roll.
And I'm going to use an effort.
Nice. I after I do my motion and you do that, I pat you on the shoulder and like take a step behind you and I'm just like,
Yeah,
Four facts to the forward.
yeah. I tried.
Yes. All right, I rolled a 17 and it was eased by 2.
Excellent.
So I'm not necessarily asking them to like lead us or to like help us, just like let us pass.
Yeah.
We don't want to fight with you, but like we need to take care of this problem of these people who have attacked us.
The leader's mouth opens and his tongue slides out, and it's this like thin, long kind of pointed tongue, and then it like unfurls, like it unrolls like a I don't know, like it becomes this weird flower-like display, right? And then the other ones, their tongues stick out and they unfurl and they do this strange display, and then they all kind of quiver a little bit, and then they roll back up and go into their mouths, and then they hop off this branch and descend into kind of this strange labyrinth of vines.
Oh. Okay, give us a sign and then move on.
Yeah, I suppose that was them agreeing.
Yeah. I look at you and my character's just like, well done. well done. They didn't quite understand what my motions meant.
Yeah.
I am not the communicator, though, clearly.
They didn't like you.
Nice work.
I'm just Forfax is just kind of like a knight avenger would not be dismayed by such beings, and just like kind of continues on. I think he's pretty full of himself at this point.
I asked, did you
He's
pick
pretty proud.
Did you pick up on any hostilities they were pointing at myself? Because it seemed like they didn't like me very much.
It did seem like they didn't like you. Did you do something bad?
I mean, I have done many things bad, but none here.
Cool.
None they would know. Not that I know of.
We like you a lot, so just
Well, that's good.
try to shake it, all right?
I mean, I'm not concerned by it.
You do feel a strange. So you guys continue on. You're walking.
I was
along.
gonna
Yeah.
ask
Okay.
if we had spent more than an hour since leaving the farm.
To rest.
No, for my always tinkering.
I think so.
So I can just roll up a random cipher
Cool.
that is 2 levels lower.
Cool.
Is there a size limit to the cipher? I'm
Um,
only saying that because I'm like, what if you roll out like a giant ass cipher?
They're generally pretty small.
Okay.
Should I roll for it?
But
or
he's
you
always got a bunch
thinking-
of like bits and parts on him
Yeah,
too, so
yeah.
it wouldn't be unreasonable for him.
No,
to,
not
I'm
at all.
putting these
Like-
together and making this thing.
Like one of the things that I've got, like it seems like it would be really small. Like you could totally make the
Yeah.
stuff that I've got.
This is a conflict advisor.
Okay.
This
I needed
device
that.
allows the
I just
user.
asked it.
Yeah. This device allows the user to assess the data sphere, which is the data
Yes.
sphere is the internet, right? It's a kind of an ancient dormant internet. To assess the data sphere to analyze opponents and anticipate their actions. For 1 hour, the user has an asset on all attack rolls and speed defense rolls.
Ooh,
Nice.
nice. That thing's cool.
1 hour.
Y'all look over and I've got this thing over top of my goggles that I'm wearing. It's like more goggles and I'm like, yeah, I think I got this thing going, guys. This is gonna be great. So just like looking up and walking and just
Kind of confusing, but I'm figuring it out.
Yeah,
Cool.
I'll subtly like guide you so that you don't run into anything.
I'm gonna walk off of the
Yeah.
So it is a level 2.
Okay.
Because it's always 2 levels lower than what I roll up. So
Okay.
that's fun.
Oh,
Thank you.
before I forget, you guys all get an XP for saving the farm. And you already got one from the artifact. Alright, so you guys are heading into the forest. I had a cool image of the forest that I want to pull up super quick because it's important to get a sense of what it looks like. Yeah, and those are Vesk hanging out in the background there.
Great. As we move along, I just want to stay vigilant. By which I mean I want to roll perception.
Okay.
To be keeping an eye out.
Cool.
That is a 17 on the dice, and I am trained.
Excellent. Yeah, so you're noticing as you're traveling that falling from this network would be bad, right? Because it's actually a valley far below. You don't get the impression that if you fell from it that you would end up in the valley. You would probably hit a lot of branches on the way down, right? But you might be hopelessly disconnected from where you were before, right?
Giant Planko.
So
I don't have any more ways to save you, so be
Yeah,
careful.
I'm like increasingly more and more attached to slash climbing on relay. The more I notice, the more I'm just kind of like clinging to an arm.
yes. You also notice before you get to it. You're scouting out, and you notice like a weird, viscous, like kind of like in the light that's happens to be dappled through the overhead. You're seeing kind of the glistening shine of like some kind of liquid on the path before you.
Whoa, 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 whoa. I would not let us tread on that. What's that stuff on the path?
Everyone pauses. You guys all get the scent
Yeah,
of
yes.
it simultaneously smells like fresh, like blooming flowers and like all kinds of strange like spices and whatnot, but also like dead rotting corpses at the same time. And sometimes as you're passing by, like it'll be stronger of one of those scents than another, but it's always this kind of weird combination of disconcerting scents.
I want to look at it more closely.
Okay.
I want to get up and Aragorn it.
Yeah.
Maybe not taste it, but thinking about
You put your... Oh, yeah. You can give me a roll.
Would perception apply to this again, or is there something more specific? Is there like a survival equivalent?
I think perception's good, yeah.
That's a 13 on the dice.
Nice. So you run your fingers along it, and you find that it is like really, really slick.
Ooh.
That is like kind of like a mucus almost, but it's like very slick. Like you can like it's like an oil on your fingers, right? And as you're kind of looking around trying to find the source of it, you see that there's some tangled kind of vines and whatnot that are wrapping around the route that you're walking on, and then below you see a pitcher plant.
Ooh.
like right below this spot, right? And the vines are connected to that. So you get the impression these vines have like secreted this oily layer in order for things to slip on it and
slip
fall
off
into
and
it.
fall.
Oh,
No wonder it smells of death.
How long does it take to digest?
Forever. Thousands of years. It'll be the 10th age by the time you have digested.
Okay, so is this branchway like ahead covered with this stuff to a degree that we need to figure out how to get past it in some way, or
No, I think a careful walking across it.
since it's been noticed, just keeping an eye out for it.
Yeah.
I would say at this moment my oddity is probably printing very slowly a sheet of paper that it does once per day, and it's done every day.
Out of nowhere, we're all startled by the noise.
Birds like scatter.
And I like put up both sets of goggles, and I'm like, oh, perfect.
Oh, it's time for my paper.
But like it comes out of the back too. I imagine it's just like this leaflet that comes off,
Shent
and I
does
like
a
rip
very
it off.
quick swivel and is like on guard, like
Ready to fight this printer.
turn
And
that
I just
thing
start
off.
like scribbling things about the thing I just created,
I've observed
while
this.
not looking very well on this oily.
All right, in order to get past this thing, it is going to be it's kind of hard to see because it's like translucent. So it is demanding. So it's a 3, but it is eased because you guys are aware of it.
It's been noticed.
So it's just going to be a 6 on the dice, and I think it could be intellect or speed. I think would be reasonable. And perception, I could see easing it.
Balance or climbing.
Balance, I think, could ease it. Yeah, because you're basically like stepping carefully in a weird way to avoid it.
Okay, I'll use
Well, how many
intellect.
steps was it? What's the step check?
It's a 6,
6?
on the dice. Yeah.
Oh, on the dice. Yeah.
I'll use intellect, and
So then it'd be a 3.
I guess I'll use effort. Oh, I didn't need it, but that's okay.
Excellent.
I succeed.
All right, so Forfax steps forward,
Bravely. Boldly goes.
walks across this. At one point, does steps in a bit of it and foot slides for a second, but then does this and then
Yeah.
like, and then
This looks stressful.
Should we like attach a rope to each other or something? Now that you've made it
Why don't you
across.
pull out your
Or,
pole? Why
or
don't you
toss something over to
just
me.
pull out your
rope or
dart gun? Go ahead and just
What do you want me
shoot
to
it into the next person and use that to pull yourself across it.
no hard feelings.
That thing broke right after I used it anyway.
Yeah, because you shot me with it. I roll. I mean, I start as I say that I go across. I got a 16.
Cool.
Just like
You could have carried me. Just kidding.
Yeah, I'm talking smack as I'm like,
As I'm
You do
very
it
stressed
backwards.
about.
Cat like
yeah,
this.
like a
Very
cat
stressed about what's happening.
walking on top of a fence that's just like.
Yeah. Oh, does this look hard?
I do pull out my the pole arm and I extend it, and I'm standing on the edge of it with the intent of like reaching it out if anybody needs.
Right,
in
here
your
I go.
relevant skills.
I'm gonna use my brains,
Oh gosh.
and I'm gonna use a little bit of effort to, I guess, maybe I'll use my brains to have watched what they did and saw the spots where
Yeah.
they landed their feet.
Yeah, you
Perhaps
tracked
it'll be,
it.
yeah, better. All right, here I go. Oh God!
Just barely.
I got a 7.
Okay, you got it.
I want you to just like
Yeah.
all the way across, like the whole way across, just like
I think at one point
What do you roll?
yeah.
started
Seven.
started to
Used effort.
slip. Kilu, right?
Yeah.
Started to slip backwards and then just like dove forwards and then was just like holding
Yes.
onto the onto the root and then just like shuffled the rest of the way
Oh man.
until Shent could
Alright,
put
it's
the
alright,
staff
I
on.
cut this.
I'm sorry. Did we roll a gravity well?
Oh, no wonder my
man.
rolls have been so terrible.
Interesting.
Mine
Is it
have
set
been
on a
epic,
one?
and now
No,
I feel
it's
like
not.
I'm gonna get bit
Roll it,
in
Randy.
the booty.
All right.
Show the stream what you've got.
Whoop. Double posted that. Sorry about that. The
Post it
gravity
again.
well.
I don't think I need to show the
It deserves it.
Yeah.
But that's all right. If Gravity Well wants to pull that from me right now, I'm fine with that. Somebody else wants to,
Kelly.
16. How do we feel?
I'm feeling good about
I
that.
feel great about
I
that.
already rolled.
I'm not re-rolling that.
What did you say? What is it?
16.
Oh no, I'm not touching that.
Yeah.
Put a bird upon
Eat
that.
a bird.
One bird, please.
Josh, would you
One, what are they
go
called?
to the fridge for me?
Mudbirds?
Owl cat? Oh, a mud bird. Owl cat.
Owl cat.
At the bottom. Yeah, for sure.
All right.
The reason that the gravity well occurred to me is because I have a feeling that I'm about to roll a 1.
You about to roll
Just have a
poorly,
very
even though you
strong
identified
feeling.
it.
Yes.
Shouldn't have wasted your 16 on the gravity roll.
Well, that's just how it has to be sometimes.
Thank you.
I will use effort, and I will also do the intellect.
See, Kelly, you can just slide like this.
Is there any way to aid?
And I think crawl. Ooh!
You got it.
You got an effort, right? Used
Yep.
effort? Mm-hmm. Me too.
Excellent. All right.
Oh, 4 facts is already
As you're halfway across, you hear a sound of the vines like weirdly tightening.
Screams and runs for the whole rest of whatever space is left.
And you reach the other side.
Screaming.
And glancing down, you're seeing the pitcher plant just hanging there, emotionless. It's a plant. But it's disappointed that you didn't fall in it.
It had some, it was opening
No,
a
that's
little
the
bit.
Yeah, it was like tensing up, all really excited.
No, that's the GM projecting
Yeah, that's true.
onto the plant.
That's true. It's just a plant.
has this strange look coming out of it that has a resemblance of Keith.
Yeah.
Keith frowning.
That would be epic. I'm just imagining your face.
Yeah,
On a
Keith's
pitcher
drying out the
plant.
puddle from the inside of the plant.
Watching.
Drying from
On a
some other
belfry.
dead
Said that Pokemon.
All right, I need 3 difficulty 4 intellect tests in order to reach the lair. This is you.
Okay.
This is you tracking, and this will be eased due to the eye in the sky. You'll have an asset to this due to
knowing
knowing where it was from the eye in the sky, right?
Is there a skill related to exploring?
If there is a survival
Okay, I have a skill called navigation. I don't know
navigation.
what it is.
Sounds about
Navigation.
right.
Okay.
yeah.
That sounds like it. that won't work for this. Sorry.
That would not apply to the situation.
No, not at all. So you're looking at a 6 on the dice.
Excellent. Let's do it.
I'm gonna do mine without effort.
Well, just one person needs to.
Oh,
do
roll
these.
for all
yeah,
of them.
this is
Oh,
you.
good.
This is you navigating the place in order
Gotcha.
to get to the lair.
17.
Yeah.
Easy.
And we have to do this, whatever the...
3 times.
Oh. I was going to say
3 more
whatever the
times.
4
No,
equivalent
3
of.
times total.
Oh, I thought you said 4.
The difficulty was 4.
20.
You're right.
Yeah.
Nat 20?
Nat 20.
Whoa.
Yes. Perfect. All right. So
Player intrusion.
No, that counts as a double success.
yeah, well, we could do that.
I like that, Josh.
We don't have to.
You.
I like it a lot.
Well, I don't know if counting it at a double might be too powerful, but
Okay.
it could provide an asset on the next
How
one.
about 1.5?
Which means you just need to not roll 2 or 1 on the last one.
I'm panicking and I'm going to use effort.
Okay.
Then you
3.
auto
Okay.
succeed.
Perfect. All right. You navigate through the Mephitic Forest for a few hours, and between, because I think your eye in the sky works for a long time, right?
I think it works for an hour.
Well, between your memory and then the last few, like, you have a few minutes where you see, oh, that's where we are, right, on your little screen, and so you're like, okay, this is where we are, that's where it is, and between you and Kele navigating and following the different routes and the directions, and then picking different routes and whatnot, eventually arrive at the lair of the mudbirds. It looks like a giant insect's nest,
Not good.
composed of a bark and sap slurry that is hardened into a versatile building, right? So it's
A slurry?
a slurry. Yeah.
Can we opt out of this experience? The slurry mode?
You
Can we pick
cannot.
another? Is there another option?
Nope. Only mixed slurries.
Ooh, a mixed slurry, delicious.
I mentioned that my skin tight suit is waterproof up to my
Mudbird
neck.
slurry.
Don't want to
That's
imagine.
some Heroes Guild business.
Yeah. Oh, did I mention?
Did I mention that I carry a rare artifact that solves this exact puzzle?
Ooh, speaking of Heroes Guild, Channel 5 News was there filming the Heroes Guild today.
Cool.
Yeah.
Which
Rad.
the Heroes Guild is an after-school program that we run here in Nashville, teaching kids heroic morality through tabletop role-playing games. And we're designing our own role-playing game,
Yeah.
And
powered by
it's
the
exquisite.
apocalypse. Yeah,
Yes, it is.
It's great. And have play tested it with the target audience of kids 6 to 12 for hundreds of hours.
Yeah.
It's in the third draft.
Yep.
And we've been playing it for over a year.
And we're gonna be on the news.
Yeah, on the news. And also there was a great NPR podcast recently.
Check it out.
Yeah. It was joyous. All the kids were explicitly chosen by Josh because of their excellent lisps. They all have lisps for some reason.
Actually, I didn't really realize that until after I had like asked them all, and then I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be the most adorable sounding group of kids."
It is. They are precious. Yeah. They encounter a tiger alligator. It's joyous. Sorry. Getting sidetracked.
Don't want to spoil too much, but yeah, we're gonna be on the news. If you happen to be in the Nashville area and you are up at the ungodly hour of like 6 a.m.
6
on
a.m.
Monday morning,
But they're going to replay it. And
They'll
I'm
play it
sure
throughout
it
the
will
day.
appear on the
Yeah.
internet, and then we'll repost it to the socials. So,
check it out.
yeah. Follow us on the socials as well.
Bing bong bang.
Meanwhile, back at the slurry.
Yes, back at the slurry. Sorry.
No.
Insect hive, yeah.
I just wanted to say slurry.
What are you guys doing?
So what do we see? We see it was it like a little mini volcano kind of deal?
Yeah,
or-
it's like a weird,
and it's-
like, mound, like, hive kind of thing. That's.
And there's stuff oozing out the side or the top, or
No, it's like
there.
it's
Like a
bark.
moat?
It's like a structure that was like formed of bark and like kind of tree sap and like various other stuff that's all hardened. So now it's like it's a solid, durable structure that's kind of like been fully integrated into this tree. And it looks like an insect hive kind of thing. So maybe it was built prior to the mudbirds arriving there.
I jumped down.
Yeah, curious.
Is there a way we can stay away from that? Because I don't know. It's not all that interesting to me. Looks scary.
The good stuff is always in the scary dark holes.
You guys are a decent distance away, so you haven't been seen.
Good thought.
If you were to take a stealthy approach, if you wanted to. One thing I would like to mention is that your mission here was to scout out the woods, to like report back any information and to map it as well. So like one of you is mapping or whatever. Yes, in your
The
notebook.
navigator.
But with the intent that the Amber Gleaners were thinking, you know, this place is kind of avoided because there's creatures that live here. But if we could utilize it as part of the route to getting to the Amber Keep, if that could somehow be worked out. So that's something to think about.
Yep. My character is assessing the viability of danger.
Danger.
How many guides would it take to get through this with a group of people?
It seems like
That's what he's assessing.
yeah, that there's probably quite a few of them that live in there because it's a decently sized structure. But how many of them are actually combative is unknown.
I would like to see if perhaps there is another entrance or some other way to sneak in or sneak a view.
You want to go?
Relay was here to scan.
You want to go in that place?
If that is where our task takes us.
Okay. I
Yeah,
mean,
can we look at well, I guess from the distance that we're
But I
at
would
right
like to
now.
get all the information we can first.
Yeah, we should get a little closer and see what.
Perhaps this thing has a window of sorts we can peer into.
Should we all try to approach stealthily and examine, or do we want to send a scout?
I'm not
One or
very
two
stealthy.
max. One or two max.
Yeah, I'm not stealthy.
I am not necessarily stealthy, but I am perceptive.
Is
so
there a stealth
I think
skill?
there is a stealth
Or is-
skill.
okay.
Yeah.
I'll take my chances.
But it would be a speed roll.
Okay.
Otherwise,
Yeah, it's going to be speed. And are you trained in anything that seems?
No, nothing for getting up sneakily.
Okay.
I'll go with you.
Okay.
Yeah, Shen is like, I'll also go. This is what I'm here for.
All right. Give me some speed checks.
Let's see.
Okay, I'll just be here.
Right off, I'm just gonna go raw. I'm gonna try and do any effort on the first one.
Good luck.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I got a 6.
I got all 16.
Oh,
It's all Randy Rollstones,
My
right?
character is. That's what's on the gravity well.
Nice. The gravity well blessed you. All right, you guys reach. You're looking around the outside of it. Is that the idea?
Yeah, kind of investigating, but I'm trying to be quiet, trying to see. I'm looking
Yeah.
actually for maybe footprints, for maybe a worn path. To see if this is an entrance or maybe it's just a vent. Maybe it's
Yeah.
a
Right.
flying creature's entrance. I don't know.
and I'm totally focused on the object before I was trying to look for structural weaknesses or things like that.
So the obvious entrance is well-trod path, right? It's on this route that kind of leads right up into it. The route is supporting the structure, and you can definitely see foot traffic that has been moving through along that, and some of it very recently, right? Because they ran from you guys and ran back to this base. However, as you're moving along the sides of it, you're finding that because it is kind of like a strange insect hive that 15 feet up there's an entrance, so there's a hole right here, and then over here there's a hole, and it seems like probably not constructed. Yeah, it might have been constructed by flying creatures or something like that, because there are a lot of just strange entrances all
it's
over
like a bird nest or something.
Yeah,
I feel like
it's
some
like
birds make nests that are totally
Yeah,
more round
totally.
and dome-like,
And,
right?
like-
Rather than
It's
Yes.
function over necessarily the form. They're just and we're gonna put another entrance here,
yeah.
and then we're gonna build more, and then we'll put another entrance over here.
I'll just leave that one open.
That one collapsed. Let's build another one over here. Sounds like development.
Sounds like other ways to sneak in to me.
Indeed. So how close have we gotten?
You guys are
Okay.
up against
We're
the
up against-
wall of it, yeah.
And how high up is it to get to peer into the entrance? And is there a walking path to do that, or is it more like?
Climb
I'd say it's some
Scamper up.
15. Yeah, 15 feet high.
Is there a steps, or more, is it more like something that these creatures are climbing to get in?
You don't really get the impression that they use the other entrances. the Murdens, at least.
No, well,
There's like, dust and pollen
they're
and stuff
windows.
settled.
They're not really doorways, but it could be used as a doorway.
yeah, I thought I was.
Or you
looking
could
at the
climb
main
up to
entrance.
peer.
Oh, sorry.
I was talking about the main entrance, the main the thing that we're going to check out. I'm gonna look down the hole.
Okay,
And
gotcha.
I'm trying to see, do I need to go up something to look down it, or do I just walk up to the hole?
No, you just kind of walk up to the hole. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, that's what I want
Yeah.
to do. I'm
Okay.
gonna inspect the main entrance and try and sit at the entrance and listen for a half second and
Okay.
see if I can.
It's
He's
dark.
not necessarily skilled in listening or anything like that, but
Yeah. Give me a perception roll. It's pitch black in there.
and perception is intellect.
Yeah.
Okay. Just hoping for that. I got a 7.
Help me! That weird bird.
Someone's the bird's got stuck in that pitcher plant.
Yeah. I want to be. I'm being decomposed slowly.
Decomposed.
All right. So Shent has creeped up to the edge of this opening and is peering inside and seeing nothing but darkness. And for a moment, not really hearing much of anything, and then you start to hear that strange psychic feedback. And you hear the voices of the Murdens that you heard before. They're like, but there's like a lot of them, and they sound crazed and panicked.
Oh man, does it sound so? In hearing that, would it sound like it's echoing out, or that it's actually like an echo from a distance, or sound that's right around a corner? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes you can tell the difference.
I'm going with
sometimes you can't.
the radio metaphor of this.
Oh, okay. It's actually-
and it's like you're at the fringes of getting the signal, so it's mostly fuzz, and it's like a distant sound of the voices that you're kind of craning to
With that
hear.
in mind, we would know from experience that it's rather close. I mean, in terms of actual feet, we're not talking super far away. So I'm gonna creep back, and I motion to you some kind of army stuff, right? And my character's
the root thing.
no, you know, the army guys are
Yeah.
yeah, and
I love it when clone troopers do that for extended periods of time.
Oh, man,
You,
for
sit
so
for 3
long.
minutes and just watch them do that, and you're like, this is incredible.
Yeah.
That's what I want to happen.
And meanwhile,
do that.
Anakin's like,
if your character's
just a bumbling fool, just gonna wreck everything. What?
But also the chosen one.
Yeah,
No
or something.
bigs.
Hey,
Yeah.
it happens.
I think the best hand signals though are the ones where you throw in flexing like Arnold with the halt move in Predator, where he's just
Yeah. With the bulging veins.
Everyone wait.
yeah. Totally.
My eyes.
Basically. Alright, excellent.
Yeah. Well, while they're gone,
I'm gonna creep back. Are you gonna
Yeah.
creep back?
I'm thinking I'm gonna strike up a conversation with Forfax, if that's okay.
Yeah.
No roleplay allowed, Daniel.
So I'm still looking through my goggles all over the place, right? And I'm like,
Do you want to do a private thing?
no,
Okay.
I don't. No, nothing private. So, Forfax. What brought you into the Amber Gleaners?
Duty.
Duty?
It is my duty. I'm doing what is asked of me.
Oh, by someone in particular? Hope you don't mind me asking. I just feel, a little curious with my goggles, one at a time. Ching, ching.
I just turn and tap the badge on my chest of the Angulan Knighthood.
Oh. Do I know anything about the Angular Knighthood? I mean, they seem pretty prevalent.
Yeah, you do. They're an order of knights that have dedicated themselves to like preserving mankind and protecting and upholding kind of the traditions of mankind. Is what they purport themselves to be, but for the most part, people see them as kind of zealots who are out to kill abhumans.
Gotcha. Is that how I see them, or can I just make my own judgment call?
Yeah, you can make your own judgment
Probably
call.
not, given how like optimistic and warmly you seem to tend to view the world.
That is just awesome. I love that. That badge and everything is so cool.
I'm like, this is no time for small talk.
Okay, I'm sorry. Well, maybe we can catch up later. We can get to know each other. I think it'd be fun.
As we get out of earshot of the hole, my character, Shen asked you if you noticed. Did you notice anything that I missed? I was literally just looking for enemies. I was not paying attention to anything else.
You can give me a perception check, Sophie, and see if you caught anything.
17 on the dice.
Nice. You noticed as you were looking at the various different kind of these weird high up entrances and whatnot, as you were scouting those out, you noticed that they've been trapped. Right, there's various different kinds.
So
you saw a weird flower that was sticking out one, and you're like, that thing's poisonous. Why is that growing there? And then you're like, someone moved that right there.
So they have sealed off the other. You say that, and I'm like, I will tell you all about the Angulan Knights and our many deeds when we are not in the middle of a mission.
I'll hold you to it. Goggles down.
All those sides
I am all about that roleplay. I don't know that my character is
I know.
right now.
I know.
have nice.
That's how I wanted to do it.
Yeah, totally, yeah. My character has some growth to go through. He's
Understandable.
kind of an ass and kind of full of
didn't
himself
look
at the
in
moment and his mission.
All
I
about
was more concerned with the
bringing
entrance.
that out.
So then you're saying we should not try and enter those other
Not
ways?
at all.
Or at least you
Just
would need to disable
carefully.
kind of the traps, right?
And prepared for the unexpected.
That sounds about right. That is what I would do. He tries to claim.
Yeah, I thought of it. All right, the pair returns.
What are you guys doing when we return?
What'd you find?
Are you standing in different corners after your awkward icebreaker conversation?
He's still kind of trying to have small talk with me, and I'm like, oh, thank God.
You're just staring into the distance for the result.
Those guys kind of reminded me of mushrooms. Do you like mushrooms or what?
I'm like, they have returned.
When you mention them, you actually see out of the corner of your eye a mushroom that looks like one of them, and as you're about to point at it, you're like, oh, wait, that is one of them. It's just kind of a little bit off in the distance, just creepily watching you guys.
Oh, look at that. I think he followed us. Well, that's not good.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Disconcerting.
We went to the entrance, and I could hear their radio communications as if it was in my head, like when we fought them at the barn. It was not as intense. I believe it was at furthest ranges of their communications. And Kele found other things that she should describe to you. Didn't quite see them.
There's side holes, but they're all rigged.
Like booby traps?
Yeah, like booby traps.
If we only had a booby.
I think we've got at least one.
That's all that they trap. They trap boobies.
That's why I said booby trap.
I said. So I guess we should head home. Great.
No. Remember Former Federand? Do you want the person who did that to him to get away?
No. You're right.
Then we have
Yes.
to.
And if indeed you think the Angular Knighthood is cool, as you said, then you will wish to see this mission through, as I have been tasked on it by them.
My character stands up. I'm ready then. This is gonna be great.
There's a good booby.
The party boob.
Do you think we can get past the traps? Or spring them?
We probably don't want to spring them, but
Without
we
being caught.
probably could get past them if we use our noodles.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I got nothing.
Well, it seems dangerous to just walk right in. So I don't know what we would do to lure them out just yet. But
Yeah. Does anyone have a cipher that's useful?
I have a shield and a something that gives somebody a like training or specialization in a skill for a certain number of hours.
Deboobifying. Sounds like a skill.
Yeah, stealth could be useful.
So, wait, what did these booby traps actually do?
Well, there's all
Can you tell?
kinds of stuff like poisonous flowers that got moved around.
Okay.
It's just gonna take time and care.
Okay, I'm just asking, Kelly, if I trigger one, will it go away or does it stay
If you
there?
trigger one, it might melt your face off.
Well,
Probably
not
alert.
me.
And we will lose the element
And-
of surprise.
indeed.
Well, I didn't know if it was an alert or not.
How long have you been in this steadfast?
Well, long enough. Anyway, I was thinking, I have this, and I pull out this weird slug-looking
Burn.
thing that's in my hand, and this is my instant companion. I could potentially send it up to one of those things and trigger one of these mechanisms, and then we could sneak by it if you didn't think it was going to alarm them.
I take that back.
As I start poking the slug,
Yeah.
It writhes about.
How fast does it move?
well, it turns into like this weird dog thing. Last time I did it, I don't know. I mean, you can see.
Weird
Who knows?
spongy dog.
Wow.
And so if it wasn't going to alert them, it could trigger the trap and then we could get past. But
Do we have any way to know that it won't alert them?
We can just pick a hole and look closer at it when we get there. It seems like we've tried all kinds of different things.
I put the slug back in my pocket. It looks like this, by the way.
Yes. So gross.
It looks like a metal
Great.
weird.
Right.
You can show it to the camera if you want.
Shall we stealth back up? En masse?
And moss.
This is the slug I'm holding.
It looks like a caterpillar kind of thing.
Yeah, like a cocoon. Totally.
I mean, it's
With the
It's so
cute
weird.
little instant
hard to say.
companion
And it
inside.
stabbed me several times with that, that end, but I'm
Constantly.
unaffected by it. Emotionally, at least.
I at least will try to approach again with stealth.
Okay. And you're going towards one of these, the entrance that you saw the poison
Yeah.
flower in.
Yeah, that one seems easy. Whichever one is closest to the ground.
That one was a little high up, but
Let's find one closer to the ground.
I don't think there were
Not
any
Maybe
like close
that
to the
were, like-
ground. It seemed like those
okay.
were like kind of sealed up.
I mean, I guess we could also just kind of like try to break through them, but better to find a hole. Yeah, we'll go to the poison flower. Why not? It seems great. Seems good. That is a 3 on stealth there.
Oh, excellent.
Just what you wanted.
Watch out for that stick! You get eaten
Smacks
by
a
a
tree.
pitcher flower. I feel like you just gonna do something.
I know. Give me a.
Contemplating how mean he wants to be.
Give me a. I'll do a GM intrusion.
Excellent.
So you get an XP. You can pass one off to someone else.
All right. Let me hear the intrusion first.
Okay. Give me an. You're walking, sneaking by this place. And you
Sneaking.
you brush on this weird kind of I'm thinking like a crab apple almost kind of looking weird plant, and you brush on it and it's like a daffodil in that it's like pollen, right? And you think it's like a solid thing, but you brush over it and then the air is just like this puff of this stuff fills the air, and I need you to make a intellect defense against it because it is it's a psychoactive pollen.
Oh no.
I shall accept your intrusion.
All right, you get an XP and can
I
pass
shall
one.
give one to Shent for courageously sneaking up there with me.
Being the explorers.
Yeah. I am trained in intellect.
Did you catch that, Randy? Marking XP.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Am I up there with her now? I mean,
I don't think so. You didn't.
I didn't say that I was right off.
Okay, thank you.
I was gonna say that I was in between her and the entrance, but I didn't want to like intrude on the conversation.
I got a 12 on the dice, and I am trained in intellect defense.
All right, you succeed.
Oh wow.
So for a second, you feel this rush of strange energy going through your body, and then you sneeze, and it all disappears. I love that your nihilistic character has like the cutest little sneeze.
Oh yeah, but was your sneeze loud enough to disturb the things?
I freeze.
You freeze, and you're like searching around, and you see like way off in the distance. You don't see anything moving near the hideout, but you see kind of in the periphery of your sight one of the Vesk unrolling its tongue back and forth, just watching you.
What is that like? Yeah, totally.
It looks like a fruit by the foot. It's how they it's like how they smell or something. It's like,
and it's in a weird
they
display too,
Yeah, I
right?
love
They do
it.
like a.
I'm very jealous of how often their tongues ring, so I just do it more aggressively back at them. to
Well,
make
and you
up for
rolled
the
pretty
fact
well
that I
on
have
your
them
knowledge about
display.
them, and you
Yeah.
know that it can be used as a fear display kind of thing too.
yes, you're intimidating.
We're both like, we're scared. Excellent. Well, let me perceive what is going on with this
Okay,
hole.
all right. You climb up to it without problem.
Okay, excellent. Thank you.
It's not.
I got these this area over here that looks like a area that a person could climb up
Cool. I can switch.
and be kind of peering over into the room.
I got a 3 on my perception.
Oh no. Yeah.
I am trained.
But you are trained. A 3. Did you use any effort?
No.
Okay.
I'm so into not trying.
And you're perceiving what? The plant?
I'm trying to look at the hole and examine it for addition. Yeah, I guess the plants is right there in my face. But yeah, the idea was to like gauge the safety of this hole. Check it out. What's up with it?
Seems fine.
Oh
Perfect.
man.
I love that. Love
That's
it. Did anybody follow?
We're probably waiting for a cue from you.
Besides the poisonous plant.
after
It's fine.
after seeing you get all the way up to the top as you're inspecting, I'm definitely going to make an approach to intersect between her location and the entrance to try and be a buffer in case something. So if I need to do a stealth check or any kind of whatever check you want to get in that strategic location,
Keith, I want to make sure.
Yeah, go ahead and everybody who's moving
Do we
close,
need
give me
to
a stealth
stealth
check.
roll?
Yeah.
I'm using effort.
Whoa.
And because I'm wearing armor, it's going to cost me like 1 extra because
Okay.
of the like feat that I took. Does that seem right?
Yep.
So instead of 3, it's costing me 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
For stealth.
Well, of course. Well, I rolled an 18, so that's a minor.
Yep,
Nice.
we got
I
an
rolled a
18 and 2 17. So
Excellent.
that's stealthy as
We're
heck.
very
Just
stealthy,
roll on
alright.
up there.
You guys are all in position.
Mm-hmm.
I'm imagining I'm right behind you. Like, my chest is almost touching you. I'm like,
It's like a fly.
Yeah, you're probably gonna get smacked. I'm gonna look at the flower and then just try to like pull it up.
Okay.
I'm like, as you're doing that, I'm like pointing at the slug.
Yoink.
Yes, does it. Okay. All right, give me a. Yeah, give me a speed.
Okay.
Will defense. It takes your brain.
Do I need to have my hammer out?
Make me a save or die.
That's a 5 with effort. 5 on the dice.
So you got a 2.
I was looking for a 20.
All right, give me a might defense.
You got it. That's an 8.
All right.
Who is slapping?
You grab hold of this thing and rip it free and hurl it, and you hear the sound of it kind of striking against some stuff in the distance, and then you feel your hand burning. You take five points of might damage.
Oh!
And then
I just bite my tongue really hard. No, I look fine.
Yeah, 5 points is the equivalent of being hit with like a sword. Yeah, long sword.
Yeah, that's a bad hit.
So you're just like, ah.
Yeah. Seriously, just like bite the lip as hard as you need to.
It's all like red and welty and
Yeah. Good. Perfect.
Like boils and stuff.
it's gone.
Blisters.
Yeah.
It's immediately blistered up.
Staunchly do the thumbs up again.
with
the other hand.
I was imagining your hand is like melting basically on that end.
Yeah, you're trying to give the thumbs up and it's like
Thumbs up and wincing.
Oh, but
It's like so swollen.
I was gonna look in again to see if there's anything other than this flower.
It's totally dark inside.
Alright. How about?
Oh, but like other traps
Yeah.
or anything? Yeah, you don't see anything.
Can I
You can roll if you want to.
get a minor globo about it?
Yeah.
Perfect. This is a 14 perception.
Yeah, you hold the globe down a little bit of the ways and you don't see anything.
Excellent.
Yeah, there's some like there's a small spider web that's been made and a spider like scurries out of the way from the it's not poisonous or anything, you know, it's just like a red recluse. No, it's just a regular old spider. It's just a fluff spider. It's not a mechanical spider, right?
it's not a plot spider.
It's not a plot spider. It's just a flavor spider. Flavorful.
Spicy spider.
Spiciest of spiders. Alright, you got a clear hole.
Do you come down from the hole?
No, I'm sitting up there waiting for.
Yeah.
I wait in
For
my
what we
position
should do.
until
I mean,
if
yeah.
you guys
Are we,
make your way up there. I wait until I'll be the last
we
to
just-
come up.
or are we just jumping down in this hole as a means of surprise?
Well, I'm gesturing.
There's no
You-
light in there. We don't have any like source of light, do
No.
we?
We have a minor glow.
Okay, you do have a glow
Yeah.
globe. Okay.
I'm gesturing to you to come down. She makes me so mad. You see
I
this
put away
sibling
my
rivalry
weapon and make my way up there.
Mm-hmm.
Just like fuck it if you guys are gonna do this.
Climbing up the wall.
Come on already. Yeah. Do we need to make any checks to get up there?
No.
Nope.
All right. So I get down close and I ask Kele, I'm like, does your orb have? And I pull out my like 20-foot twine. I'm like, is there anywhere for me to tie this onto your orb so we can like lower it down? Is it just a ball?
This is the ball.
Isn't like a glass globe.
I should know a knot for securing a round thing. Cash certainly does. But
If he strained in knots that day.
Yeah, a bow line.
yeah.
So is that a thing that we're doing?
Sorry, I spaced out for a second.
Oh.
That's all right.
We want to affix the
Also, you know someone who's very
globe.
good at engineering.
whatever. If we get
Fix the
that guy.
globe to my oddity,
Yeah.
to my wire.
Oh, and like lower
and,
it.
Lower it
Yeah.
down.
Okay.
I guess I also had a misconception about how thick the walls of this were.
They're pretty thick.
That's what I was imagining, that we would be
Like-
like crawling through a tunnel and then emerging into the center of it, as opposed
Yeah.
to like climbing it through a window. Like that
Gotcha.
it's more the thickness of
Yeah,
like
it's probably about 5 feet
Yeah.
thick. Yeah,
Okay.
so you are climbing a little bit.
Yeah.
You're
And
actually
then it goes
crawling.
down.
so that we could like get in there and look into the room from our vantage
from
point.
inside the
Yeah,
tunnel,
okay.
kind of
Okay,
thing.
so
Yeah.
we don't need to drop it down. into the
Right.
hole.
Yeah.
Cool.
Except that there's no light.
Except there's no
inside.
light in there. Yeah.
So that's why we need the light down in
Okay.
there if we can.
Okay.
But that might alert them to us also. It's just
Anybody got dark vision?
I say we just run in there with the light on and catch them by surprise.
Well,
From the dim light that the globe has cast into this, as you're probably going first.
yeah.
You like are like affixing this globe to the string, and the dim light that it's casting into the place, you can actually see the ground. So you get the impression that like this is a top floor, right? That if there was no floor up here, you wouldn't see the ground because it's 15 feet up from the entranceway. Does
Yeah.
that make sense?
Yeah.
Kind of
Yeah.
my words got tangled there.
No, we could see down. See the floor from our space.
Yeah, so you get the sense that it's an upstairs level from the main entrance.
And it's about 15-20 feet. Is that what you're saying?
The whole
whole
structure
structure
is
is
like
like
15,
15
20
feet.
feet. Yeah.
Okay.
And this is the upstairs
Yeah.
that we're looking into.
So where we're, yeah, like, I mean, where we are to the floor.
Yeah, it's like
is
10 feet
10
up.
feet. Okay.
Mhm.
I could jump off of here.
Mhm.
I'm gonna jump off of here.
Do it.
I mean, can we see the other entrance that we could have walked into from here?
No, it's
Okay,
it's
good.
kind of around this
Okay.
bend here.
I'm just like, there's the entrance, but we're gonna jump in anyway.
All right, you're
going
you're
into
popping
the
in,
upstairs.
Yeah,
so
I'm
that's a
gonna
surprise,
jump
at
down
least.
in there.
carrying the globe.
No, I hand it back to one of them to hold.
You can't see anything then.
I can, but we could. Well, you said we could barely make out the floor, and so
With the globe.
Well,
You're just gonna land on the floor and
yeah.
Sight-
And then the room will be dark.
Well,
great.
they're not gonna
That's
put.
what he wanted.
Yeah.
They're not gonna put away the globe
From up top, we had a hold of the globe up there, and we could see the
I'm
floor.
gonna
So
ha-
if then one of us is still holding it and he jumps down, then
Yeah,
he should
gotcha.
still be able to see the
Yeah.
floor.
Okay.
I'm gonna hand it to somebody
Gotcha.
else to use, and I'm gonna have them hold it out so I can jump down.
Yeah, they're
to
holding the
floor.
flashlight for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So-
sorry, I didn't catch that.
It's okay.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna jump down there. I've got jump actions of all kind. Jumping.
That's what Joe
So-
said.
Assets to jumping.
Yeah, asset to jumping. So I'm gonna
every
I'm
jump
gonna
task.
jump down to the bottom
Thing.
and kind of like establish a, you know.
Okay, your goal is to like remain quiet.
Yeah.
Okay.
My goal is to not make
To move
noise.
like a cat,
Okay,
as it were.
cool. Then-
Yeah,
yeah. Give me a
exactly.
jump
Do
check
that
then.
thing
Yeah.
where you like slide down the wall, like Rorschach and Watchmen. God, that scene is so awesome.
So
Is that a 16 again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's your third one tonight.
Yeah.
All right, so-
because the gravity well pulled all my stuff out with 3.
Shent is clinging from the hole. Let's go. Lands on the ground in the room in like a super fluid motion that makes no sound whatsoever. Across the room from you, in dim light, there's like a whole bunch of stuff that's stacked up, crates and barrels and whatnot. However, in front of it, sorting through a burlap sack that's filled with synth pellets that are kind of like sound like glass baubles that are clinking together. There's a Murden with its back facing you, and it's sorting through these things looking for something.
How far away did you say?
And you can tell by the clink and the sound of them that they're those pellets from the goggles. They're people's memories that have been stolen. Right?
How far away would you say that they are from me?
He's a short distance.
So that's like 20 or...
Do I know this, or is this
50
just
feet.
Randy?
50 feet?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Only Randy.
It's far enough away. Okay, so...
But you could sneak and try and get right behind him.
Yeah, I mean, they don't know.
And he's making a bunch of noise, so...
Mm-hmm. Besides that, there's no one else in the room.
Yeah.
Though you do see the crumpled form of the human that Relay had described to you guys from the vision with the strange tattoo on their face, but they seem like they've been like encased in like a sap that has since hardened. They're like in an amber crystal kind of thing going on.
I try to motion to you guys to like that there's what's again I'm like
Charades.
yeah I'm like put up my hands to like wait and I
Make
like
sure to
put up,
flex while you're doing it.
yeah, and I put up a 5 count, like I put up 5, you know, like
Okay. Like, wait.
yeah,
I think he wants us to come down there now.
You're so bad at this.
and I'm like, and I hold up one finger
He wants us to do it now.
and I say, and I point in that direction, and I say, and so
He wants 5 minutes
Give
to
me-
take care of
give me a
He
minute.
wants us to run that direction now.
How are you
All right, you're
getting that
creeping?
from the sound?
yeah, I'm gonna creep. Yeah, I'm gonna creep,
You're so bad at signaling.
man.
All right, you're gonna use effort. It's a speed check if
Speed check.
if you're trained in stealth.
I am not
Sneaking.
trained in stealth, so I'm definitely gonna. I have armor too. Does that take a knockoff on this?
It is gonna make the effort 1 point more expensive.
1 point more
Does all
expensive. I
armor
have an
do that?
edge, so that'll balance that
I
out.
didn't know that.
Are you wearing armor?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So-
light armor.
Yeah. Just
And
one.
are you do you have like a
But
training?
I'm trained in
it?
armor.
No.
Okay, then it would be 2.
I see.
Or
I'm trained
wait.
in armor, so I have a
Light
no,
is
it would be
1.
1. It's
But
1
we're both
point more
wearing
expensive.
medium armor, and
Yeah.
we're both trained in armor,
So
so
we
it
don't-
counts as
takes
like
light
effectively
armor for
light,
us.
yeah.
Alright. So when I have an edge, so it
Gotcha.
basically balances itself out.
But it makes
Okay.
still takes one
So,
part.
but I am going to use
that
use
makes sense.
1.
Oh no, it doesn't make it harder. Expending effort is more costly.
All right.
Oh. That's kind of weird.
So if you want to like make a
5.
speed check, it doesn't cost you more for
Not
doing a
good.
speed check. But if you want to use effort,
all right.
check.
On a rock. I strip on a chrysalis.
Right.
I step on one of their young.
But you eased it by 1.
I did.
All right, give me a. All right, so you're sneaking and you're keeping very quiet, and then the Murden is shuffling through these pellets, and picks one up and holds it up, and you hear the weird feedback of the. Make me an intellect defense.
Oh God.
As it is like just a throbbing migraine that sweeps over you.
Ooh. All right. I
bad.
rolled 11.
All right, that succeeds. All right, you're within immediate distance of him,
Buttery Raven.
Oh,
and he is.
hey.
Hey, Buttery Raven.
Hey, Buttery Raven. Buttery.
Buttery.
I'm in
Excessive
immediate
amounts of
distance of it.
stuff.
Yeah. I'm gonna
That's lame.
grab the hammer,
Is it?
and it's always like in that latch position where I can literally just grab it like down.
Sweet.
So I'm reaching back and I'm grabbing it. and I'm gonna clock this thing on the back of the head.
All right, give me an attack roll.
So, I can use might to knock down.
Can we see this, by the
Right.
way?
No.
Okay, just making sure.
We can just
You guys
see the floor where
oh.
Shent used to be.
All right, so
Let me get the picture of the Murden up here for y'all.
I'm gonna use one. I'm gonna use an
creepy,
effort.
man. That shit's nasty.
That's what I say when I roll.
Yeah.
I got a 15 and I took it down a notch.
Nice.
Use effort.
Yeah, I used an effort.
Took it down a notch.
Let's take this thing.
And how much damage do you do?
That weapon is a heavy weapon with a +1, so that is a 7.
Dang. All right.
And this thing is not expecting it. Yeah, this is gonna be gnarly.
It's a battle weapon.
Yes. you smash him in the back with this maul, and you hear the sound of bones cracking. Little hollow bird bones.
Yeah, that's
cracking.
right. They're probably pretty loud.
And it drops to the ground, and its head like hits this bag of these pellets, and they scatter all over.
Yeah.
That's the sign.
And
I have a cat
and it
now.
just is like scuttling across the ground, and you're hearing its freaky
Oh god.
panic voice in your head, and it is just like scuttling for its life into like the midst of all these barrels and stuff, trying to just hide from you.
Okay.
When I hear the things, I'm gonna think that's the sign, and I'm gonna head down.
All right,
I'm jumping down.
GM intrusion. As you land on top of one of these rolling synth pellets. Oh no. Because it's been scattered all over the ground.
Here I go!
So you get an XP and pass one on.
Wait, do I get to? Because I can choose to take it, right? Or I have to take it.
You have to pay to not take it.
What? So the situation is, I hit the ground and then I like make
You're going to cause a commotion.
I make some loud. Oh yeah, that's fine with me.
Cool.
And I'll give it to Forfax for dealing with my bullshit.
Yes. So Kilu's like, all right, that's the sound.
That must be the sign.
Slides down the tunnel, lands on the ground, and it's like a Hot Wheels car under your foot, right? You're just.
I'm imagining that moment in the park of Home Alone.
Oh yeah, that's what I was going to reference too.
He's like, not in the park. He's on the sidewalk. He
Yes.
slips on that ice.
Slip, and you are like
Spinning.
crash into a barrel, right, and split some wood, and there's just the sound of like. There was like some ceramics in that have like tumbled out and are like rolling across the ground, and just these pellets rolling around.
I do the same thumbs up that Kele did earlier.
I'm like-
whenever she failed. After this huge noise rings throughout this place. Looks good.
And the place seems eerily quiet.
Yeah, I think Forfax is like taking a couple steps this way and like peering kind of around the corner toward the main entrance to make sure that nobody's like running out or something.
It's dark.
You hear my
Inside.
voice. What in the ages are you doing? Keep it down.
And in
thought that was a sign.
It was a sign of one of them dying.
My bag.
in the weird moment where your foot impacted with this, or actually when you slam and hit the ground, there was a flood of like multiple memories back to back that hit you. One of them was someone using like an old mechanical like lock combination, and like a fixation on the numbers, like it's like sliding and you're like 6, 4, 2, 1. And then another flash of someone like haggling for prices and a merchant, like it's from the perspective of a merchant haggling with someone and repeatedly glancing at like a necklace that they had under a pane of glass, right? And you get this sense that it was like they stole the memory of someone's combination for their lock. They stole the memory of a merchant's most expensive thing.
Beautiful. That's great.
But they're not mind flayers, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Not mind flayers.
Not even
Are
adjacent.
any of these little
They don't devour
notes
your
around
brain
me?
to take.
Yeah, they're like scattered all over the floor.
I am picking up as many as I can and stuffing them into all the bags that I've got. Like just
the little pellets?
Yes, as many as I can carry. I'm grabbing all of them
Who has the orb right now? You want
because
me to
I
do- okay.
promised that
And are you still like, up
Ferdinand
in the hole
or whatever his name was,
Veteran, the farmer.
Needs to come
Yeah.
down.
that I would find his memory. So I'm like scooping
for
them
it.
into.
Yes.
I'm still like
Into bags.
outside, but I can follow.
Oh, now I get it. I didn't get what the pellets were.
The memory.
My character is.
They're the memories, yeah.
I mean,
my
if
character is now starting to like piece together these weird pellets.
If there's too many for me to hold, I'm doing the thing that kids do where they hold them in their shirt.
I don't know why you qualified that as that thing
He's
that
just
kids
eating
do.
them like mad bird.
As if I don't do that on a
The thing that humans do.
Humans.
Where they're holding.
I agree with both of those statements because it is totally a kid's thing, but it also
You don't have to be a kid to do
I
it.
Correct.
not right tool for the job.
yeah.
You're right. You're right. The right tool for the job in this case is my shirt.
I need to get down there.
Okay. You jump down.
Was there any sort of role adjacent
No,
to
I just
that?
used the GM intrusion for Daniel.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Good choice. Yeah, so now we have the light down here. I guess I'll look around.
When you land, there is the sound of you guys all hear the sound of scuttling like down the tunnels.
Oh, boy.
You get this sense that it's like these weird, like the room that you're in is kind of a bubble in its own, right? Like if you're thinking of like an insect hive, like this was a room of some kind, but then there's like a tunnel that's like kind of short and narrow that leads out from it. That is like you would have to crouch to move through it. And you're hearing the sound of movement through it.
How large is a Murden?
And we could use this room. If that's cool with people.
I'm giving you guys.
How tall is it?
Because I'm gonna chase after.
I think they're like 3-4 feet tall.
Little hobbits.
That's what I for some reason I had in my mind that they were like roughly half the size of a normal person.
They're the size of people, but I think they've got this
Hunch
weird
over.
hunch thing going
I
on.
only asked because I'm like, do we need to smash this Murden's cloak type thing and run around underneath it?
Oh, it climbed like
Yeah.
in between all these barrels, and you're not hearing it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys don't have something to do, my character is
Go for
going
it.
after it.
Yeah,
So,
I'll light the way.
yeah, I'm trying to be, I'm not being heavy-footed, and I'm not just like, thrashing things around, but
Yeah, you knock a bunch of stuff aside, and you find like a kind of tiny little hole that it's trying to squeeze itself into, and
It's like a little too small.
yeah, it's another one of these holes that lead like outside, but it's definitely too small for it. And as you're like stepping up to it, it looks back at you, and it has just these like, freaky glassy eyes of like ravens or whatnot. But you see them like them kind of glistening, and it reaches up like its little taloned hand towards you, and it's like quivering, and it looks absolutely like fear for its life.
Please don't hurt me.
And in the fuzz in your head, you hear it go.
Oh boy.
Is this?
I love that also your character is cat-like, so it's or cat. It has cat-like
moves like a
movements.
cat.
That's
yeah,
right.
basically moves
Well,
like a cat.
it's a plant,
plant
that
cat.
moves like a cat.
Yeah.
It sounds terrifying.
Plant
It
cat.
does,
bird.
yeah.
Yeah, well, that face of plea touches me as a person, but my character,
It's heartless.
my
Beautiful.
character
Touches
is
me as a person.
very thick.
He also maybe is literally heartless. We don't know.
Yes, this is
Yeah.
very true. Don't quite know if he has a heart.
Underneath all the bark.
And
Hard underneath the bark.
takes his hammer and he plants he steps on one of the legs and and just two hands
Oh!
comes down on it.
All right, give me a.
Damn.
You don't need to roll. It's it.
Okay.
Well, yeah,
I
you
can
do,
roll.
you do need to roll. Yeah.
As long as I don't
In case there's a 1.
some nasty here. I got a 6.
Okay, you got it.
So
Because you'll have an asset because it is basically cowering.
yeah.
The sound of its bird-like bones crushing, and then it just quivers in place.
Does this thing have any clothing on at all?
Yeah, it's just oily, black,
Alright, well, I
Robes,
reach down
fabric,
and
yeah.
pull the fabric up and start wiping off parts of my hammer.
Wow. Immediately. During this time, I have used the right tool for the job, and I have expended 1 responsive synth to have. I've used it to spread it out into this form
Memory
of a
pellet
bag.
basket.
Yes.
Oh,
and
man,
now
are you-
it is looks like a spider web of responsive synth that I've pulled over my bag and have back, and now I've got a Santa Claus bag basically.
Just
That is
shovel all these pellets
semi
in.
see-through that all these memory orbs are now in.
Yes.
As a
Man.
a single tear rolls down my eye, thinking
This-
about hoping that I find the right one for Ferdinand,
Did this
which is not his name.
Veteran.
Yes.
It did it have anything in its hands? As I'm wiping the hammer's head off,
Just can never
I'm
get that right.
glancing at it, just doing the standard check. Does it have anything
No, it dropped the pellet when you first struck it that it was excited about, and that has since been kind of scattered.
Yeah.
But no, it was just totally fending for its life and trying to escape. Yeah.
I'm just standing there holding the light, watching you do this.
I want to. I want to check out this room. Does this room seem to
latch my hair-
have just one
back
entrance
on my
into
back.
it? Because we're upstairs now, right?
We're here.
Is there a seem to be an area where there's a staircase or any sort of way that leads down?
This tunneled entrance seems to be
It curls and comes back
curling,
down.
yeah.
Okay. Then I'm just moving kind of next to the entrance here somewhere.
Okay.
And doing the tucked along the side of the wall and listening and making sure that no one comes and sneaks up on us through there.
Fantastic.
Also, I had got I had rolled an 18 on the stealth check, stealthing up, to get an asset on something, and I haven't done anything since. So I want to use I guess, can I just make a perception?
Sure, yeah.
For keeping watch, making sure nobody tries to sneak up on us
Yeah.
or something, and I'll use it for that. So I rolled a 13, eased.
Yeah, there's scrapings and whatnot. They're coming pretty close.
Okay, so it sounds like they're
be-
maybe in that hallway, or they're yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I whisper that to you guys. They are approaching. They will attack soon.
Is that
And several
entryway,
of them.
big enough to try to block with stuff? Or I should say small enough that it would be feasible to put any sort of barrier in?
Yeah, it could be, but it might take longer than they're. You'll have to make an effort of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Just curious. It's also big enough to stand there and bop them on the head as they walk around.
Sophie, I think you're the only person who hasn't done an action since you guys set foot into the place. So you get an action, and then I'm gonna destroy everyone.
And then you're gonna GM intrude all over us.
Yes.
All the barrels open up, and
They're all mimics.
Yes. There's carnivorous color inside all of them.
they're all chewing on the mind beads. They're just eating them.
Floors are prismatic walls.
Yes. Floors and the walls. And yourself.
You could Donkey Kong down a barrel down the.
That's what I was honestly thinking.
Yes.
Classic. I'm not the strongest, but let's DK the barrel.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I mean, you don't have to be that strong.
So
The whole.
I want
Yeah,
that
exactly.
big
That's
one
exactly.
either.
All of a sudden, the whole scene
Yeah.
goes side scroll,
Correct.
and
Yes.
we're just
Kele is lifting a barrel up, and then
You're this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
flinging it down these ladders.
All right, give me a. I think this could be might or
Seems-
speed.
Oh. Yeah, let's speed roll it. With effort.
That's a mouse jumps out the side of the barrel.
That's a 17.
Nice. So put your foot up on this, push the barrel, and it clatters down the hallway, and you hear the commotion. I mean, they don't speak, so you don't hear any cries
Yeah.
or anything, but you could just hear the commotion of bodies like tumbling over one another.
Do you think it was full of liquid or
Yeah.
anything, or was it just empty?
Probably full of memory pellets.
Full of more bodies.
And I am.
No, I mean, this is probably, like, if they had gotten away with the farmer's stuff, it would have been crates of this, right? Yeah, it's like...
It's corn.
It's a cider made out of that that fruit that guy was rotting on the vines. Remember? I don't remember what it's called, but yeah.
No.
All right, so yeah.
I know we're here now.
Yeah, way to go.
Everybody.
we were here.
Oh, they arrive, and then we'll do initiatives.
Cool. And then also we maybe should take a break.
Break time.
Ooh, yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay.
You could introduce it.
Let me
Cliffhang us.
do
Hang us by a cliff.
the Murdins.
Don't
Look
give
like
me
that.
Ideas, Josh.
We've already done that.
Murdins pour forth, stumbling over one another into the
Covered in cider.
covered in cider.
They're all wet.
and the room seems to fill with the weird static sound of their chattering voices, and one of them, who you recognize, had like a strange scratch on its beak that you guys kind of just noticed in offhand when you interacted with them at the farm, is leading the group of them and is wearing a bunch of jewelry that was not before, right? So you get the sense that one of them has stepped forward to be like, I am the new leader.
Yeah.
I'm the new leader.
Right.
However, it is wielding a cipher of some kind, which I'll find out during the break.
Oh, great.
And there's several that are behind him. So, with that, we will do a quick 15-minute break in order to refresh our bevies and ourselves, and and we shall return to Machine God. Thanks to Darkwan, new subscriber.
Oh,
Also to
thank you.
to fans in the chat, and to Monte Cook Games for hosting the stream. Publishers of the system and the module that we are playing.
Yeah, so cool.
So we'll catch you all in 15 minutes.
So weird.
Pose.
Machine nuclear!
We're back!
Welcome back, Positivity Bot.
Machine God!
Yo,
I see you out there, Positivity Bot.
so positive, man.
See you.
Always keep it on the up and up.
Yeah, totally positive.
All right.
Oh.
Stumbling over the broken cask of cider. The leader, the Murden leader, the Mudbird leader wearing all this jewelry, holds up a
Wet hand.
what looks like a Roman candle. Cipher, right? It's like a tube-shaped cipher.
I'm really excited about this.
And is fumbling with it and hitting buttons and
It's the one with all the rings and stuff on them.
yes. And the rest of them are all kind of in line behind him, stumbling up, and they're readying their weapons and whatnot. Everyone give me speed defense as
Do I
a
need
series of rapid fire encapsulated heat pellets fire through the air, bursting into flame upon contact.
Jeez. I guess I'm gonna use effort.
Do I need to do this from where I was? Because I had said that I snuck over there and was kind of trying to be tucked behind the wall.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay.
I rolled a
What is
one.
that thing? Is that one of the Mudbirds?
No, that's
Daniel's character.
That's Daniel's character.
I rolled a 1.
I rolled a 19.
I used them all up.
Yeah, you used up all your luck.
Yeah.
And I used effort on that. So I wasted effort and rolled a 1.
No,
Oh, wait a minute. Man, oh, that was close. I didn't roll very good. I rolled a 4.
Oof. All right. Kele manages to leap out of the way, and all the pellets flying in her direction strike a barrel that she's imposed between her, and it just bursts into flame and scatters flour and whatnot into the air.
I want it to be like an action movie where I just stand exactly where I'm standing and they just have horrible
They just all
aim.
fly like
Yeah,
right alongside
totally.
you as you're moving in slow motion.
Absolutely.
However, Shent and Kilu are both struck shoulder chest by these things, and they're encapsulated heat pellets, right? They strike and just immediately are burning through your clothes and into your flesh. So somebody roll me a d6.
I feel like some of this stuff is caught on fire,
All right, Keith.
Let me roll. You know I'm rolling low.
All right, 8 damage. Both of you guys.
What is this?
So that takes 8 off of our might pool?
Might pool, yeah.
Youch.
So I got a 1.
Ooh, you rolled a nat 1.
Yeah, a natural 1.
Ooh, what terrible, terrible deed shall I do? Perhaps I'll pull from the GM intrusion deck.
Oh, quite interesting.
Give me a speed task. So you dive out of the way and hit the ground, and the weight of you
Christmas
and
bag
all
of
these
synth.
synth crystals that are in your pack, the weight of it, you landed on a spot that is not fully stable, and so the hive is shifting in the way that soil or whatever starts shifting, and it seems like you're gonna maybe plummet through the ceiling, plummet through the ground into the next room.
I'm squealing as I jump out of that.
Yeah!
But I rolled an 18 on the dice.
Nice, excellent. All right, so you scramble for a second, and your legs kick out over into open air, but you've grabbed hold of a rope that has tied a whole bunch of barrels together, and you just grab hold of that and yank yourself up.
As I'm holding on to this Christmas bag of
Yes, jangling synth pellets. Oh, our trained master right here,
Fantastic.
making a stone sphincter in the floor.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
that Daniel can be sucked down into.
Nearly.
Not today.
We got to get a good shot of this.
Some
More,
of the dice.
more pellets falling.
And we got some fire pieces on the table.
Glorious.
As I'm trying to scoop them into the bag.
Unfortunately, it's just memories of people going to the bathroom.
Which I watch incessantly.
All right, everybody, roll me initiatives.
Horrible. Gosh. Natural 16.
I got an 18 and I'm trained in it.
Yes.
10.
I also got a 10.
Actually, everybody's gonna go before them then.
Yo.
Cool.
Or wait, no, I'm sorry, because there is a leader. You guys both got 10s. You're,
The two of us.
yeah, you guys are gonna go after.
Okay.
So Shent and Forfax. All right.
And then the goons.
When we get really low on might or any one pool.
When you get to 0, you get to mark one of these the
You
impaired
become-
first, which gives you hindrances on things.
impaired and then debilitated.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't use any effort, I think, at all.
When impaired.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
And you cannot get any kind of minor or major effects. You can't crit, basically.
Debilitated is worse, right? You can't move.
Yeah, we can double check. It doesn't say on the
It's okay.
character
I
sheet.
trust you.
Totally remember.
I can ask in the moment. Just checking.
Someone rolled 8
So
damage.
Kele, you can go first if you wish.
Yeah.
Kele and Kalu.
Oh, wait.
You guys,
My armor. I forgot.
Oh,
This is actually a 4.
that's true.
Don't forget armor.
Don't forget the armor speed thing. The cost of wearing
I
armor.
want to move armor up on the character sheet toward closer to might. Since that's the one it affects.
Kind of, but affects speed though.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Oh yeah. Well,
Damage.
this armor
speed
will
damage.
not
Gotcha.
help against this damage though.
Oh. The fire?
Yeah,
Oh. Never mind.
because it's like heat damage. It's disintegration, so it's basically burned a hole into your armor,
Oh. Okay. Well, shit.
which you can mend and whatever.
Correct.
But all right, what are the twinsies doing?
Well, I feel
Crying.
like- yes, definitely for sure. I kind of want to use my ciphering.
Yes. If
Yes.
that is your impulse, do it because ciphers are meant to be used.
But what I'm unsure, I guess it says that it protects the user as a normal shield would. So that kind of clarifies that the range is 1 person.
Yes. Yeah, a shield provides an asset on speed defense.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I could use that after, even though I wasn't hit because I rolled supremely. But, yeah, let's bust this out. The solid light retribution.
Yes.
When activated, metal spheres fly into the air and project a large shield of solid light that protects the user as a normal shield, reducing the difficulty of speed defense rolls by 1 step. Anyone who attacks the user and misses strikes the shield instead, creating a backlash of energy that inflicts 4 points of intellect damage.
Cool.
Ignoring armor. It lasts
Dang.
for 1 hour.
Dang.
Cool.
I like to think these are like spheres that are like
Yeah,
rotating.
here's the
Yes.
picture, and so it's like I imagine it's like one sphere that snowman's up into many other spheres, and then they're like
That's cool.
Yes, and create solid light, right?
Yeah,
Is what the actual
solid
thing is.
light.
Perfect. Hard light. So the hard light illuminates the dark corners of the room, and
Awesome.
and the Murden hold their like oily taloned fingers up over their glassy eyes.
Yeah, I kind of thought of like moving
Yeah, you can move 10 feet.
potentially forward, even though I would usually not do that, just because I have this awesome shield now.
It moves with you, I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I might come up to this corner.
Like over to here.
Yeah.
-1.
Yeah, I know.
It's a tradition at our table. Whenever you knock over any terrain, you have to receive a -1.
Or pay $1,000.
Yeah.
-1 penalty.
Actually, where is the human encased in amber?
Good question. I think up against this wall.
Oh, then I would go that direction.
Okay.
I might just shield myself while trying to look closer at this and figure out what's going on. Because I love not participating in combat and doing another activity.
As previously noted. Well,
It's my
I
hobby.
will give you something particularly intriguing as you're moving towards it. So it's a body that's encased
Yeah.
in this weird sap, this amber, and as you're moving towards it, you see this tattoo that was described to you as a ring that is like along the chin and the outside of the head. It's a complete ring, right? But what really strikes you about it is the ink that it is done with is exactly like the ink that your tattoo has been done with.
I was afraid of this!
Oh no! What am I?
As soon as you said weird face tattoos, I was like, skeptical.
It's a different symbol altogether,
Yeah, I know.
certainly, but.
Very
Carefully.
well.
Gotta gift that hair flip. Yeah, I know.
The hair flip.
Okay,
I see
okay.
now what happened. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Incentive increases.
Don't participate in combat. Just go after the cool things.
That will help your teammates.
All right, Kele.
I just got toasted by this thing.
Yes, it has scorched through your armor, and your flesh is sizzling and burning, and you can smell
How
it.
many are there?
There's 7 of them.
Yeah, so Kele whips
A burning
down
barrel of
his second pair of goggles, and I'm turning on my conflict advisor.
Yes. Kele taps into the data sphere, the long dormant internet, and it is assessing a whole bunch of variables and feeding like a raw, crazy data about Murdens directly into your brain, and it's giving you an asset on.
Yes. So the device allows the user to access the data sphere to analyze opponents and anticipate their actions. For 1 hour, the user has an asset on all attack rolls and speed defense rolls. Now, I assume this was an action, correct,
Yes.
to use this?
Yeah.
Can I also move back a little bit? Because I want to, like, get away from the hole.
The hole in the floor.
Yeah. And that's it.
All right.
That's all I do.
All right. Creatures are going.
Is it all of them or just the boss?
All of them. All right. Were you like stealthing to be like in this?
I hadn't rolled a stealth check, but what I had described was that I was going over to that wall and like putting my back against it and like doing that, like listening down the hallway. So
Okay.
I was kind of trying to be hidden. If you would like me to roll a stealth
give me
check,
a roll just to see how
and I
well it
won't
works.
use a effort or anything. Yeah, I rolled a 2, so I'm doing it, but like my cloak is like fluttering around the corner and I don't realize it.
Epically.
The Mudbird leader is holding this crazy cipher, and it's like smoking, and there's like it's firing like kind of like not superheated pellets out the sides, like it's like going a little out of control, and he just hurls it into the corner, and then is like searching the room to try and figure out what's going on, and then sees you tucked behind this and points. And immediately you hear the flood of the crazy static sound and all of their voices. And the group of them come upon you as one. They're acting as a mob. You can have a mob of 6 attack as one.
Dang.
So because they're acting as a mob, they're going to be 2 difficulty higher, and they deal double the damage.
Woo!
Can I ask? I don't know if it matters, but like my back is against a wall. Does it seem like there could be less of them attacking me because I'm?
I'll give you an asset
Okay.
to the defense
Okay.
because that's a convincing argument.
Okay. I'll take that. And I also have an asset because I have a shield.
Excellent. So
And what did you say that they were?
they were going to be attacking as a 5.
A 5?
Yeah. So you're at a 3 right now.
Okay.
So a 9 on the dice.
Mm-hmm.
As they're charging at you with these daggers, these wicked blades, and some of them are just like holding fancy cutlery, right? That's clearly been looted from a noble's house.
Oh my god. Big old meat cleaver.
Yes.
I think they would.
Steak knives and
Yeah.
bejeweled daggers and things. Yeah.
I'm gonna use effort. Oh wait, it's a speed.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Well. I'm actually not gonna do that because my speed pool is starting to get a little low. But I have 2 assets. And a nat 20.
Yo.
Excellent.
Yes.
Good thing that I didn't roll a bunch during the break and waste all my nat 20.
That is what it has to do with.
I don't know who you'd ever be
You
talking
preserved your
That is
natural
exactly what it
20s.
had to do with
about. My
it.
nat 20s are coming.
And he's talking about you, dude.
There's no proof. The camera was off.
Yeah. Daniel rolled a lot during the break, and for some reason Josh
A
was really
lot.
upset.
Josh was not the only person who was upset.
No.
Everyone was upset.
I was just
Everyone was
confirming.
upset.
I was confirming what Sophie was verbalizing. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you succeed, so you do not take damage. However, give me an intellect defense as the static wave washes over you, and I'll give you an asset on this from you rolling the nat 20.
Okay. Intellect.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we need a special,
I'll use a
hand
effort for
gesture
this.
That is a cheer for 4 facts.
All right. I got an 11. Ease twice.
Yep, that succeeds.
Cool.
Yeah, so you do not. If you fail on this, we've seen before, you have everything hindered. All of your actions hindered because of the static. Is
Yeah.
like
I did not want to fail
Overwhelming.
that.
So yeah, you're just like wading through them with your shield, and you're just like trying to stab you, and you're just
Bashing them off.
getting hit on
Yeah.
your armor and on your shield, and you're just pushing them aside.
It's like a bunch of children mobbing you.
Get back, children.
The leader is hopping up on this crate and has a fine nobleman's hunting bow.
Oh my gosh.
Draws the hunting bow back and fires an arrow at Shent. Give me a speed defense.
Move like a cat.
And this is a 4. The leader is 1 level higher than the others.
Keith, I just noticed. I
should
don't know
definitely
what the
bring
deal
it
is with
down
this, but this
one.
frame came down somehow.
Oh, boo.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I mean, it's
Strange.
probably not worth trying to mess with it, but
You said it's a challenge of 4,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm gonna bring it down 1. I don't know if that's gonna do it though. It's a 9.
No.
Oh boy.
Well, wait.
I brought it down.
You brought it down
Brought
1?
it
Yeah,
down
then you did
1.
succeed.
Okay, good.
Mm-hmm.
Good thing I rolled so much during the break.
So you epically catch the arrow in hand.
Whoa, guys!
Oh wow, awesome! Catching an arrow
A
sounds
fancy nobleman's
impossible.
arrow.
And indeed, the
Not for
arrow
monks.
the arrow has like the it's like carved along the edge and has like fine goose feathers and everything. It's like very fancy.
I snap it and I throw it on the ground. And I'm
see, this
like,
is what
how
I
many
feared.
are
Now I have
back
to.
there?
I tweaked the camera to get the other one because I was like, oh, the camera must have got bumped, and then
Well,
so
here-
wait, yeah, which one do you want to leave it on?
Yeah. we'll do it on this. Sorry, crew, that this overlay got kind of shifted about, but
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
NBD.
Yeah.
You'll survive.
Deal with it.
All right, so we are back to the people at the bottom. So Shent and Forfax are acting.
You can go ahead first, Shent, because I'm basically just going to be trying to bash my way out of these guys.
Man.
And I don't do much damage. Although I
Characters.
do have an idea.
A little bit
something.
concerned. I activate my
Trap card? Oh.
Yes, trap
pain
card.
inverter.
Is this Yu-Gi-Oh?
Pain inverter.
Yeah, you hear this come like off my character, right? And it's just like a little sound buffer. For 1 hour after activation, whenever the user takes damage, she has an asset for her next roll made before the next round ends. So, not that I want to get hurt, but
I'm surprised y'all didn't use all these buffs before you got in here.
it didn't even like click to me. That I would have
Seasoned D&D group, not buffing
know.
before they
Too
enter.
much roleplay. I was busy picking up pellets.
Yeah, all this in the pellets.
So that's not gonna help me right off, but at least it's turned on.
You can still move 10 feet.
Yeah, well, I wanted to run up and take a swing at that boss man if I'm able to. It seems a little far away though.
Yeah.
Alright, then
If
if
you
I
just get 10 feet.
no, it's fine. If I can't do that, I could probably run up behind those barrels with the fire on them.
Yeah.
Just 10 feet.
So I'm gonna take some defensive, position for my next.
Cool. Yeah, that'll give you cover between the barrels and the fire. It's gonna be harder to see you.
Shit's getting
And isn't
real
there
in
even
here.
a move related to kind of like bracing for an attack, or is it just?
There is, but I think he just basically has moved behind cover.
Gotcha.
So it'll give him, guarding, I believe. There might be a different one that I'm not thinking of, but so Forfax.
I have a cipher that I'm a little bit tempted to use too, but it's also not a thing that would deal any damage, and it would just like reveal a weakness of theirs, which is definitely helpful, but it's also like not doing a thing.
Yeah.
It's like all of us kind of like doing these things in this turn, and we're not taking any hits to any of them, but I also don't really deal very much damage.
Keep in mind you can expend effort rather than using it on the attack. You can use it on the damage.
On the damage, ooh, yeah, that's good to remember.
One of these things. Like,
Oh, gotcha. Like, what?
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and attack these guys.
Okay.
Do I have to declare that I'm using the effort? Like, I'm sure I do before I roll,
Yeah.
but and be like I'm using it for.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to say where it's
How hard
where it's
do I
going.
feel like these guys are? Man,
It's a mob
it's
of
costly,
lackeys.
huh? No. Okay. So I've got my shield out, and I'm like blocking these guys, and I pull off of my hip this cipher, this deficiency detector. It says when thrown, attaches and reveals their weakness, but since these guys are right up on me, if it's cool, I'm just gonna like stick one of them with it.
Yeah, I'm not. I might just tell you not to do that because I'm not sure that they have a weakness.
Okay.
You guys already know a decent amount about them too from interacting with them and whatnot. You know that they're immune to mental effects and intellect damage. Yeah, don't do that. That's my
Save your cipher.
benevolent GM.
Okay, I appreciate that. Well, then I'll just take an attack.
you wasted.
Yeah,
It does
you
nothing.
wasted the cipher and you get nothing out of it. You're welcome. Next turn.
Man, it's hard to imagine spending effort on damage before you even know that you've hit.
Yeah.
It's kind of more of a later game thing when you have multiple tiers of effort, or you've already attacked it and you know its number and you know that you're likely to hit it.
Yeah.
But I guess it kind of makes sense. Like you're expending effort to like hit hard, for instance. So like
it does totally. Yeah, you're not trying to be accurate. You're trying to deal damage.
Well, you do know that these are
Well, you can roll
3 right
for more
difficulties, so you're looking for a 9.
I know.
Can be
Yeah,
applied
so I'm
to
not gonna.
either.
I am gonna
It has
use
to be
effort
declared
to make
for-
sure that I hit it.
to the hit or to
Well, I rolled a 19, so
Nice.
Yeah.
And a 19 is going to add 3 damage.
awesome. Well, there we go.
nice.
So
And
I
then you're
do
using a light weapon.
Yeah, so I do 5 damage
Okay.
Nice.
Excellent.
to one of those guys, or
Yeah. And I'm just kind of keeping a pool of hit points, so when
Okay.
you've reached enough where one of them will step out. So yeah, you slash across one of them, and you're hearing the static. All right, and back to the top, huh? Mm-hmm. Kele and Kelu.
Do you have any feelings?
I know what I'm gonna do.
Oh, do it then. I'm gonna ponder.
Well, I see this mob attacking my new friend, Forfax.
Bestie.
And so I am desperate to help him. So I pull out my my blowgun, which I'm imagining is this like extremely ridiculous looking, just like
some piece of pipe or something.
yes, but it
metal.
like
It's
looks
a Rube
like
Goldberg contraption that you're like, I have to like.
it looks
twist
like it's made out of
air
like
pump it.
carbon steel and like all this stuff, but basically it's just a like sort of mechanism at the end of the day, but it's like looks way overcomplicated.
It involves like a crank.
I have to whisper a secret passcode into it.
Yes.
And I am shooting at the mob.
All right.
So it is a light weapon, which means it'll be eased, and I think it does 2 damage.
Oh yeah, that's also a thing, Josh.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I forgot about that. I need to write that up here.
16.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That hits.
I'm screaming Forfax's name because it's
Can I
dark
hear
in
that?
here. There's light. What?
Can we hear that?
Forfax! Not knowing if it did anything.
So
It hits him in the back.
Forfax has slashed one of them who whirls and is like starts to drop the fancy chef's knife that he was holding in his hand, and then a dart sinks into his neck, and the Merton drops to its knees and starts in the midst of this tumult that is like shield bashing and like Merton like climbing over the shield and swinging their like knives at him and whatnot. This one drops to the ground and is like crawling between all of their legs to try and escape. Right?
Nice.
They're so self-preserving and cowardly, right?
Yeah.
That when one of them is like, "I'm gonna die," it's like, "I'm out of here," you know, forget all of this. So that one is crawling out of the
Excellent.
out of the
Nice.
conflict.
That's it.
Oh.
I'm gonna stay where I'm at.
All right.
Yeah, the situation on Forfax is not great. It would kind of seem like a dick move to
Continue.
examine the...
Yeah.
Since that will be there when the conflict is done.
Yes.
I'm gonna throw my Sisk at the leader.
Sisk.
Yes.
What is
A
this?
Sisk is basically, to my understanding, like, I do not understand any way that it is different from a chakram.
Okay.
It's
yeah.
like a
It's a
thin, ring-shaped razor blade that you throw at people.
Yeah.
Like an aerobie.
Yes. So let's do it.
A frisbee, razor frisbee.
Razor frisbee. If there's a weapon that has to have a special paragraph to describe it, I want it.
Yeah, totally. Always.
Exotic.
Sisk
But did
it.
you take exotic weapon proficiency?
It's not an exotic weapon. It's just like yolks. They're just lying around. You just have to have the courage to pick one up.
You gotta choke.
That
You gotta.
is-
Sometimes you gotta choke up on the yolk. Whoa.
10 on the
It's
dice.
like a ring you hold. It's like spinning around.
Mm.
It does seem like it
10
could
on
be
the dice,
thrown.
and was it eased?
I just
from
feel
effort?
like that would be such a
Nay.
difficult thing to fight with.
Nay, nay.
Nay, nay. All
Nay,
right.
your nay.
It actually misses.
No.
Wait, no, I'm sorry. It hits. I'm sorry. I'm getting my numbers
That's
mixed
okay.
up. How much damage does it do?
2.
2. Okay.
And your test should be eased because it's a light weapon.
Great.
Also that.
Now you definitely
And
can.
that also as well, too.
So the
Don't
Yeah, I
forget.
had forgotten about that.
the Sisk flies through the air, and the first, like the ones that are like within seeing distance of it, all duck out of
That's
terror
what I
as
would
it's
do, yeah,
flying towards
same.
them.
I
They hit
feel
the
your
ground,
burden.
and then the one in the back who is like trying to get around this corner gets struck by it.
I was aiming for the leader.
Oh, you're aiming for the leader.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Then you would not have hit.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Even with
Rewind.
it eased for being a light weapon.
If it's eased for being a light weapon, and that's the only thing it's being eased for, right?
Yes.
And you got a 10?
Yes.
Then you do succeed. So
Yes.
Double rewind.
Rewind twice.
Rewind, fast forward.
the disc scrapes along his ribs and cuts open the robe, and you see the feathers like drift out, and it squeals, or they don't squeal. Just I keep wanting to be like ah, but they're like
Silently. Psychically.
they're going. And it dings off the wall.
Screams.
All right, then they're going, huh? So Josh, Forfax, give me a speed defense against the oncoming mob
Okay.
as they're swarming over you.
I have an asset. And I rolled a 12.
Nice.
So 15.
Yep.
5.
Yep. It is equal to it.
Heck yes. And yeah, was their number reduced because they have one less, or?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
And the leader is firing a bow at Kele, who threw the disc, though. So give me a speed defense.
Okay. It is eased by 1 because of the shield. And
Shield of Light.
Shield of light. Alright. That's a 14 on the dice.
Excellent. Yeah, you succeed.
And because you attacked me and misses, it creates a backlash of energy that inflicts 4 points of intellect damage that ignores armor.
Unfortunately, they're immune to intellect
That's
damage.
true.
That is too
Because of that
bad.
crazy.
Yeah, so this is useless.
Oh,
No, it's giving you the asset.
Yeah, that's true. It's just not doing
It's severely
Yeah.
It's not
in
doing
its
the awesomeness
utility.
that it could be. But if you
How
give
about
it to me, I
it
could
does
maybe
less
make
damage? Would that be a?
Or it's physical damage instead of mental damage.
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Let's be
I knew
generous.
that.
Let's be
No.
generous.
No.
Okay.
Let's be stingy.
Okay. Stingy by the rules. I just like to have fun.
This is how we have fun.
This is
kids.
fun. Rules.
Ellie, the stingy delve who
Enjoys the suffering of others.
plays by the rules.
So a flash of light as the arrow strikes the hard light and
Yeah,
just shatters.
that's enough
in
to have
midair.
it miss me. That's good.
Yeah.
You stick your tongue out. That
That's my bad. We knew that it didn't take intellect damage.
Yeah, but it was a week ago and I didn't. Yeah. I take full blame, actually. It's
No, I
totally
take it back.
No,
I wrench it out of your hands.
I insist.
I insist. All right, so that was the befores, or that was me. I just finished, and so we're
Bottom of the round.
Shent and Forfax.
Mike Shent dashes out from behind these barrels and
Leaps through the
Runs.
flames.
Please.
no, he's not daring in that sense. He's a smart fighter, which is why he didn't try and come up in front of him to begin with. But he like breaks around this thing and like comes up with him. He's got his like his quarterstaff and he's taking a
like unfurls.
Yeah.
he's like whips it open and gets it in like in a long baseball ready swing, right?
Yes.
And he comes up and he's gonna
All right, give me a roll.
do a smack right across the face.
And are you using effort to hit or to increase your damage?
I am not, unfortunately,
Yeah,
because I am that low that I don't know what'll happen if I even get hit. But I'm gonna make this happen. 13.
Yep, 13 hits.
Does it?
Yeah. So that's 7 damage on that guy.
Damn.
Yeah. He takes a big old swing and like
7 damage.
Jeez.
It strikes him in the ribs and lifts him off of the barrels that he was standing on, and he crashes against the stone wall
oh man.
and squeals out in psychic agony.
Can we fluff the idea that my character pulses a particular energy wave that perhaps might reach a certain someone in this room when I perform this like animalistic
An energy
Dash.
wave, a feeling from the Leviathan.
be like
I'm not sure what you're going for, but yeah.
well just the idea that
Forfax
like
feels
if
it.
there's any like my thought was that every so often like my character continuously starts putting out this thing that can trigger your not trigger but like it's the inklings whatever it is that leads you toward like my character is consistently putting out little drops of it. This is definitely an act where he does that.
All right, cool.
There
Yeah,
are-
the savage nature of the beast within us all. is
Definitely
a
we're getting it
Leviathan.
from that one.
Okay.
It's like that slow motion moment in like Lord of the Rings where like, you know, Legolas is fighting 15 people or Aragorn's fighting like 15 people, but they still recognize something that's happening across the battle.
Yeah, totally.
It's like you're like, oh, and you're like defeating all 6 people. What's going on? We're so experienced and these orcs are plebs, like
I'm backed against this wall. Yeah.
And you,
Well,
but you feel
they're
it.
only like 4 feet high, right? And I'm like blocking them all off and like swinging with my weapon. And I look up. He's right there.
Yeah.
You feel this.
Reasonable. Yeah, exactly. I feel it.
Feel the surge. All right, Forfax is up.
Okay.
The leader is still alive, but
That's right.
Yeah,
That baseball slapped him onto the wall.
that shook him. Yeah, he's like scrambling against
Home
the
run
wall.
bat.
Oh, okay. Well, I attacked and missed, but it wasn't that one.
Okay,
So.
and then back to the top with Kele and Kelu.
You got something?
Kele and Kelu.
Forfax!
Way back
Imagine
there,
a
too.
bunch
You're
of
like
spit that's stuck to the back of this dart.
spit wads.
Yes, and you're going. Yeah, you're going after the mob, right?
Yeah. It might go like just right past.
Yeah.
It looks like that's right in line.
Totally.
Right over your shoulder.
All right, a dart pierces into one of them,
Yes.
and
I eyeball you.
Kele.
Disdain.
Go first.
Yeah, for real. I guess I'm gonna throw crates at them.
Knock these crates all
Yeah, I'm
over
just gonna
into their
kick
way.
that pile of crates into the horde.
Excellent. All right, give me a roll.
Yeah, and I'm trying my damnedest. Yikes. I feel like I am getting my foot stuck in a crate on a 2.
It's full of. It's full of
rolled a 2. I also rolled a
more
2.
white things.
Yeah, it's filled with weights.
Oh, no. yeah, you just topple a whole bunch of crates and it just causes a chaos, but doesn't quite accomplish any kind of goal.
I shift a bunch of crates. Take that. Be distracted.
You can use an XP and reroll. Never
Yeah.
hoard the XP. All right.
I love the idea of like running up to a bunch of crates with the intent to push them over, and it's just like so heavy. Like I just like
Oh yeah, that particular one
one
is
at the
super
top
heavy.
is not the one so fucked.
And then you reach for another one, and that one's heavy too.
Yes.
All right, so then they're going. So Josh,
Failed.
Forfax, give me a speed defense when you get a second, and Randy. Well, Randy, give me an intellect
Intellect
defense against the static sound.
Alright, I'm gonna spend an effort to be safe. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna spend an effort to be safe.
I'm making a defense.
Yeah, speed defense against them.
Alright,
yeah.
I rolled a 16.
Excellent.
I rolled a 6. I have an asset though, so I'm at. Oh yeah, but they're at like a 5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm at a 3 to their 5.
All right, they do 6 damage.
Oof.
You do get to reduce that from your armor, though.
Yeah.
As they're like clambering over your shield, you're trying to hold them back, and one of them has like both arms over the shield and is like hanging on it, so you're having a hard time defending, and he's like clawing at you with his knife, and the other ones have ducked underneath and are jabbing you. And then Randy, give me a
It's so uncomfortable.
speed defense as this leader. The leader you see glance around and seeing his crew falling, and glances down the hall and sees that no one is coming, and just like makes this crazy wild grab for your like coin purse, basically.
If you're going to go down with a coin purse in your hands.
Yeah.
This is a speed defense to like carry the grab.
Yeah.
Should send.
Get shins.
I can't spend anything on this. I need to make sure. Alright.
Yeah, didn't need to.
Of course, you rolled a 16.
Nice. You,
Alright.
That's your
You
fourth
bet.
one tonight.
bat his hand away, and then he just immediately
Slap that hand away from your purse.
bolts down the hallway.
Fantastic.
And you see the rest of them like turn and watch him just run by, and are glancing. Like they're still fighting, but they look like their leader just ran by, and
The
they're like,
character's ultimately confused that this guy tried to grab my coin thing. It's just like
Shins.
what?
he's got a very tenuous hold over his leadership because
Yeah.
he literally just seized it within the last like hour.
Yeah, and he got the baseball swinged into the wall.
Yeah, he just got really busted up and was like, "I'm gonna steal this and run." You know, like it was his impulsive like, "This is the last I could do."
Can't stop yourself.
And then we're at the people at the bottom, Shent and Forfax.
Alright, I'm attacking. I don't think I want to use.
Oh, you kicked the crate after I hit the guy with the baseball?
Well, I rolled poorly again, so I miss on my attack.
You missed?
Yeah, you got your turn, Randy.
I mean, I had
I guess he technically could have only moved the 10 feet because he did his action.
I had a 2.
was
I
gonna say
assume
that,
that like a result of a 2 doesn't
Alright.
isn't enough. I needed a 9, right?
Yeah.
To hit him. Yeah.
I see that.
We're just gonna keep.
That guy runs, but I don't know what's back there. Chen is just like, screw that guy, and he comes up to these guys and takes a big old swing right
All right.
at
give me
the
a
roll from behind. 20!
Oh man, you're cleaving.
Boom!
You're cleaving some guys.
4 extra damage.
Whoa,
So 11 damage. So you run up and you've got your quarterstaff,
Took out
right?
2 dudes or something.
Yeah, you club one across the back and he just drops to the ground, and then whirling strike this other one and he flies and smashes into these crates.
There's exceptionally heavy crates.
Yes.
I'm pulling
Well, they don't go anywhere. It's like,
mad shit. I'm like,
and then the rest of them are like,
I've got an idea, a narrative idea. So what if the Leviathan thing that you were describing, what if you do it here in this moment?
yeah.
And it's like a fucking cleave swing where you're just like a single swing that just completely takes out 2 guys, and then you're left standing there in front of me and you're kind of like exuding that feeling,
Ooh,
right?
Energy. That's good.
Yeah, I could definitely go for that. No, because it's better because I'm right in front of your character.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Clearing path.
My eyes are glowing just a little bit.
all right, so they look like they're gonna bolt. Should we fast forward? Are you guys gonna like chase them or?
I have no intent to chase them.
All right, so
Is the leader
yeah.
the
dead?
leader? No, the leader's running.
The leader's running too.
Well, I don't think I would pursue them necessarily, but I would take a final attack against them if just because I'm in the midst of the battle, probably.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, we could say I'm going for the leader here.
Okay.
Another 15.
Solid.
All right.
More facts!
As a very wet sounding blow dart. But it's, I want to say
Strikes
it's
him in
like,
the calf.
I don't blow very hard, but it gets like amplified through this tube that it's like speeds up along the way, so I barely do anything. The blowing just initiates the thing, and then it gets like carried, like molecules get sped up
Yeah,
somehow, and
it's weird.
sends the dart. You know,
very
it's
weird.
Numenera.
It's Numenera. It's very
Just
weird.
don't worry about it, stream. Yeah, so 2 damage
Yeah,
to him.
he's still up.
To who?
The leader.
The leader.
Yeah.
But he's like limping and struggling.
I don't think I'm necessarily pursuing them, but are they like, do we get the impression that they're fleeing the entire like base, or just like downstairs into the room below?
You get the sense that because no one further has come, that there's no one willing to make this stand. And yeah, you hear the sound outside of like a wagon being hastily, you know, the wheels like hastily jostling on the branch of the tree.
They're like getting out of dodge.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
I don't have anything to attack the leader with. Short of throwing a barrel at his head.
Yeah, you threw your sisk.
Yeah. I appreciate
Perhaps we use our clear superiority to now broker a deal with them. We are, after all, attempting to establish safe trade routes through the forest. So if we leave them at this with a warning, and to leave our parties alone when they travel through here, then
And this won't happen.
recognize the leader's position.
You want to try it?
Oh, like persuade them to do something? I actually have an inability on social interactions.
Okay.
All of them. Least qualified. That doesn't mean I can't do it.
You can try to convince them to stick around and wait.
I'm good at persuading.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how likely that it would be. If, you know, it's more like intimidation. It's intimidation after the fact, and I don't have intimidation. I'm trained in persuasion, not intimidation.
I'll try to intimidate him
Randy
anyways.
has
Okay.
that though.
What?
Intimidation.
That thing that you can
Impressive
do.
display.
Yeah.
They get to go before he does.
That's right.
But
This
it's
is
also-
your turn.
Yeah, that's.
What? It's my turn.
No, it's
Oh.
Kele's turn.
I'll
Can use this if it's in there.
give him a
Oh,
get
yeah,
going.
mhm.
Get going. Get
I might have
over.
to take those.
Go on now, get
There we go.
on.
Yeah, that's a 12 with a
Yeah, inability.
inability.
And you're talking to the leader.
Yeah, and it is going to basically
horse.
just be like an intimidating, like, I'm gonna. Do we even come after you?
Oh,
It's
now I never get tired
non-verbal
of
for
it.
sure.
I will pick up my sister
It's
and throw
looking
it again.
looking over its shoulder as it's crossing the corner and sees you do that. Like it pauses for a second, looking back, and you do that, and it just like stumbles and like scrambles down the hallway, totally terrified.
Great. Excellent.
All right, the Murden have fled the room.
Let's go downstairs and check out what's in this place, yeah?
We got.
My character is like leaning on his quarterstaff.
Yeah.
He's like,
I'm pretty beat up too.
I'm just gonna knock on the amber as a way of being like,
De-escalate
hey
the
guys,
music,
we've
I
got something right here to
Oh,
look at.
oh, right. Forgot about that guy. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's solid.
Yeah.
While Kelly's doing this, I can be healing. I'm gonna heal some people.
Okay.
So if you need healing, come to me.
I come to you. I'm staggering over. Not looking so good.
It is also 10 o'clock. We could wrap, right? And
I should.
pull in next week and do like healing and all that kind of stuff,
Okay.
and you know, getting whatever from this place. Wrap up this, and my goal would be next week to start on Act 1 of the founding of the Amber Keep.
Ah, beautiful.
So, yeah, you have freed the people from the curse of the memory thieves. So you get an XP for tracking them back to the forest and chasing the Murdens out.
There they go.
How could it be? Indeed.
Nice.
And what do you guys do with all the memories?
We're putting them in my synth bag that we are going to sort through and see if Ferdinand is
Veteran, yeah.
I mean,
Are we headed back to the
Veteran.
to check in? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, to Aeon.
Yeah, whatever you guys want to do.
Veteran. And see if one of them is is one of them. But also if there are others that I can
Yeah, you get the impression that all the memories are from people either in Aeon or in the outskirts.
It's now
Right?
my character's life goal to return them all to their
That's so
people.
horrible.
Yeah, well, you guys get an XP for making a concentrated effort to return the memories.
Oh, really?
People in Aeon, yeah.
Oh, cool.
And
on
we-
top of what we just did?
Yep.
Oh,
Cool. Hell yeah.
And you could also I'll be generous and say that several of the memories are found to be, when you're trying to return them, that they were found to be in people that were killed in the struggle with Murden, who thieved the memories from them. So you get to inherit them, and it will be possible that you'll get a skill training in the process of ingesting the memory.
Fingers
from them.
crossed
Wow.
for something like
yes.
Something
plus to farming.
inspirational entrepreneur.
Yes.
Yeah, you now know how to make silverware.
Trained at farming.
You can make forks and knives.
So we'll get back to that. I think we'll do that in between the streams and any kind of ciphers and stuff that you find in the lair. And next week, same time, same place, we'll be journeying toward the Amber Keep and founding that. And make sure to tune in this Friday, for Expedition Dracana.
Episode 8, I think it is.
8.
Yeah.
we're going to be scaling a crazy wall and not doing well.
A several 100-foot tall, icy, kind of sheer wall. Repairing some sort of lifts at the top of it, and then
Someone could die.
Yeah.
and then pulling the
NPCs
crew
will
and
die.
wagons and stuff up on this lift.
Oh, someone will fall and it'll be the worst.
But it won't
Fingers
be
crossed
Koima.
for Jimothy.
He's not going to bed.
Tune in.
Yeah, Jimothy is not an idiot. He's not going
That's
to
this
bed.
Friday, so 2 days from now.
All right.
Yep.
Sign out. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. Stay tuned for another second while we raid someone wonderful. All the love. Thank you, guys.
Happy Wednesday.